I got thrown off there. Your phone kicked in. I was like, what? What? No, we're good. We got it. We're on. We're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is another Technical Alpha podcast. It's Thursday somewhere in the world yesterday. I don't think anywhere in the world is Thursday anymore.
No.
It's Saturday in some
gone.
places, but Thursday is officially gone. So it's actually Friday.
Yes.
Friday, November. This is 29th.
29th.
2000.
How many days are in November?
I believe it's
31?
30 or 30. I don't know if it's 30 or 31.
I should know this by now in my life, but I don't.
I'm not going to pretend
30.
like
it's
any.
30.
Okay.
I know that there's December 31st. Like I know
Yes,
that one because
obviously.
it's before New Year's.
Yes.
But other than that, I know there's January 31st.
There's like
my
a
birthday
weird
month.
way. There's a way that you can remember it, like how many, like which months have which days. But I can't remember.
I don't remember.
All I know is that February is the one that got fucked on.
Yeah, 28 in February.
And then except for leap years, and then everyone else is some sort of weird mishmash between 30 and 31.
All right, there you go. The more you know.
I think we need to standardize that shit, Jeff.
We really do.
Like if we're given February 28, why can't we just borrow a couple of 31s and just turn it into a 30? And then
Exactly.
just have 30 across the board,
Yeah.
30 days every month.
Yeah.
Fuck time zone.
It's either
not
that
time
or
zone,
add
but
a day onto the ones that have 30 and then just make 31 for every month. I actually think it
somewhat.
should just be 30. It just makes sense.
Just
why the extra
tie it
one?
up.
Why the one?
tie it up.
That doesn't even make, like, seriously, who made that up?
I'm sure there is a.
Are you sure though? Because
well, I'm half sure that there's a good reason for what it is the way that it is, or why it is the way that it is, but yeah, it's
all right.
You know, the way it is.
Okay.
It's not a Technical Alpha podcast.
It's
We're here to
Technical
talk
Alpha.
about video games, but before we do, Mr. Black, how was your week?
Another week. Don't really have much to say.
Yesterday was fun.
Oh yeah, yesterday we had the snowstorm. Oh yeah, that's right. Fuck. We were supposed to do Technical Alpha yesterday because it was Thursday.
Yes.
And about an hour and a half before the podcast, started snowing like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And it snowed quick, and it snowed heavy.
And then it froze.
The roads were a mess. Then my power went out at 4:30, so we would have gotten like a half hour into the podcast.
Rip.
And then the power was out. Power was out until 10:30 at night.
That would have been assuming that I actually got here at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Which, judging by the traffic moving,
You would have gotten here probably by 4:30, 4:45, and then I'd have been like, Adam, turn around, power's out.
and then I would have been sitting on the highway until about 9
Yeah.
in traffic.
So that's,
it was bad.
So what I did yesterday is we had no power, and I felt too guilty to like leave the house to go to the movies or something because I didn't want to leave my wife and son here like without power.
That was a good choice.
So I laid in our bed. Kai passed out. Kayla passed out, and I watched Disney Plus on my phone.
Great.
And I hooked my phone up to my laptop, which had a little bit of juice to keep it powered.
Attaboy.
And then I watched. What did I watch? I watched 2 Disney make you feel good sport movies. One was Invincible, which was Mark Wahlberg as a football player, a 30-year-old football player that joined the Eagles and had like a little stint when they did like open calls or
if you're next to it, if it isn't Mighty Ducks.
No, it wasn't. It was a much better movie than Mighty Ducks.
Oh, bro.
Probably one of the best, if not the best, football movie ever made.
Okay.
Remember the Titans.
Oh, okay.
Denzel Washington. A lot of big.
Disney?
It's a Disney movie.
Really?
And it's on Disney Plus.
Oh.
And there's a lot of big actors and actresses that are in that when they're young. Like Ryan Gosling's in it.
Yes.
Ryan
Gosling's been in shit since he was about 4.
Yeah. But it was a great movie, and it had like it was in a time period where blacks were entering white schools.
Yes.
And it was the first multiracial football team in high school, and so there was a lot of like racial beef, and then the white players and black players hate each other. The parents, it was like this big, but there was like a really good message in the movie.
Of course.
Because it's Disney.
Of course.
But then there was also like, there were some N-bombs and stuff, and I was like, whoa, man, this
Disney dropping N-bombs.
But I mean, it was a different time back then for Disney, right? Because the movie's like
of course.
probably like 15, 16 years old.
I
maybe
mean, I would like to believe that Disney would still be possible. It would still be possible for Disney to make a movie like Remember the Titans.
Yeah.
Where they drop N-bombs.
I mean, no hard R's.
No.
But, there's a there's
a couple
there's some there's some other words that I won't say here on
Yes.
Twitch just for purposes that
don't
want to put anything out of
bear.
context and then have some fucking troll here on the stream go, "Ha, got him, you're going to be banned for 7 days." Derp. But yeah, it was a good movie, so I watched those back to back. So it was like 4 hours of Remember the Titans infinitely better than the Invincible, or I think it was called Invincible, and the guy's name is Vince. But yeah, you can probably skip that one. But
I remember
the Titans is fire. It was fire. So anyway, I watched those two. Then Power came on at like 10:30 at night, and then I was like, all right. And then I watched YouTube videos and just
You got lucky
chilled.
it came on at 10:30, to be honest.
It was supposed to be out until almost 1 a.m.
Yeah.
But it came on early, so it was like cool.
Good boy.
And then in the process this morning, I had to do a bunch of stuff with pumps, and then I decided to work out because I haven't done that in a while, and I'm a dad now, and the dad bod is happening.
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah.
I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life right now. I'm at
Atta boy.
184 pounds.
Keep it up. You're almost hitting me. I'm at 200 right now.
There you go.
You got 15 more pounds to go.
Which, I look at myself and I don't, like, I can tell I'm like 10 pounds overweight, but like I'm kind of getting used to the bigger size too because I kind of like being a little bigger. So
just the wrong
type of
wrong
big.
way to get to big.
Exactly.
You need to switch the version of how you're getting to the big.
Exactly. So, I worked out today for an hour and a half. I'm gonna work out every day now and gonna lose a few pounds, but try not to lose too many pounds. But who knows? We'll see.
Are you allowed to be doing too much before you get your knee?
Well, I wore my brace. I went on the treadmill for 3 miles, but I didn't run. I just jogged, and then I kind of brisk walked on an uphill climb. But with the brace that they gave me, it keeps my knee locked so that I'm not so that there isn't
no lateral movement.
Yeah, so the movements that are fucking up with my meniscus is these type of movements, not this type of movement.
Lateral, not front and back.
So as long as I use that, and my knee feels fine right now, and I was on there for an hour, so but who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll be hating my life. But either way,
I suspect, given how long it's been since you've worked out, you are going to hate your life tomorrow, regardless of how that goes.
Yeah. So I did that, and that's pretty much my last 24 hours.
Spectacular.
Yeah. What about you?
I didn't work out.
Okay.
We don't have a pump, so I didn't need to worry about that too much. We almost lost power. It was freaky. Well, you messaged me your message came in about losing power to the second when our power double flickered enough that my printer restarted itself, but my computers didn't go down. And I thought for sure, I was like, oh, we're going to get fucked too. If you lost power, I was like, there's no stopping it now. Out where we are, they keep they're putting on that new development near us that they're splitting off the power line, and so
just waiting.
That whole end of the city now is overloaded on that grid, and so if a leaf hits the power line, power's gone. just caresses one of the lines, power's gone. You're like, oh well, fuck. Whereas before it was like we lost power like once every 3 years. Now it's like every fucking 3 months.
Damn.
We're losing it for like a day or something. So I thought for sure, but we didn't. So I just streamed for a bit and played some PUBG, and PUBG is still better than Apex. A lot of people streamers went away from Apex.
Oh,
in the
dude,
last
Apex!
week
Apex is dead, bro.
because the weapon balance is so fucking bad. All the gunfights feel exactly the same, kind of regardless of what weapons you use. It's really weird. Apex is weird in that sense, in that all the fights feel the same. So, a lot of people said nope, and a lot of people getting, a lot of streamers getting like higher caliber players getting message to come and play internally so they can try and balance everything. And of course, as soon as you message one of these guys to go do that, you're going to pay
big bucks,
big fucking money.
Yeah.
So my question is, why in the fuck isn't some intern paid for most of their job to just watch major streamers when they're playing,
and listen
because
to their
they
critique?
all ramble about it all the time or rant about it.
Yeah.
And then just take notes and be like, okay, these are all lining up. Maybe we should take a look at this.
Well, you know why is number one, I think the biggest reason is they get the streamer involved, and so the streamer then feels as though they need to play the game. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you bring in somebody big, you know, and plus we don't even know what the deal could be. It could be like, hey, we'll fly you out to California. You know, you'll be here for a weekend.
It is that, but they're trying to pay like relatively low amounts.
Yeah, well, I'd be like, hey, we'll fly you out, you know, we'll pay you this plus play the game for X amount of hours over the next little bit.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if a streamer goes in, it's like, hey, I'm flying out to Apex headquarters and I'm going to do all this stuff. It kind of like subconsciously plants a seed that like, oh, I feel like I have to play this now because I've put my, you know, my stamp of approval on this or whatever, right?
I guess, maybe.
But yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
It didn't stop Shroud from stopping to play it after he went in and did it, but
yeah,
you never know. But regardless, yeah, play some PUBG.
Cool.
It was a time.
Yay.
I'm bad.
Yeah.
Game news, Jeff.
Let's do it.
StarCraft. That's a game that we...
Hold on.
What year is it?
StarCraft news.
Yeah, StarCraft news.
Holy shit. Take me back.
StarCraft news. StarCraft esports. It's not good news, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
It's not good news. I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Home Story Cup just happened. Home Story Cup is always run well. It's like a community event.
It's low key. It's not as professional, quote unquote. It's like
but the viewership's always really good.
Yeah,
the games are always really, really fucking good.
It's a chill session.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's a good event, and it just so happened that it was doing particularly well this year. Viewership was fantastic, and the StarCraft esports Twitter account was dead on this shit. Didn't mention it. Wasn't mentioning it really at all. And then it was Blizzard was running at the same time Home Story Cup was happening. They were running some sort of Warcraft 3 event, some sort of Warcraft 3 tournament or some weird. I'd never even heard of it. I had no idea. And Home Story Cup was crushing it in viewership. And so they go ahead and post up a tweet about literally like Home Story Cup's doing really great. If you want to head on over here and enjoy some of the Warcraft 3 tournament action, here's a link. And you're like,
what are you doing?
People on Twitter were in the StarCraft sphere were like, "Are you fucking serious
like, hey, Blizzard,
right now?"
Hey, Blizzard, the least you could do is, for one, acknowledge us before this, and then number two, why don't you throw some money over here?
Or just, don't try and
piggyback off our viewers because you can't get your own. You know, these motherfuckers over at Home Story, these guys are literally in the trenches and have been for years.
Yes.
Scraping together to get tournaments going, which are actually fun.
And well run.
Yes.
Production's fine.
Yes.
Casters are good.
Yes.
Games are fire.
Yeah.
Almost everything the opposite of what a StarCraft run specific event is.
This is Blizzard doing Blizzard, bruh.
And so they come out and do that, and they get fucking
dummied,
reamed over it.
I would imagine.
And so as such, after they got shit on, suddenly they started posting about Home Story Cup the next day. And again, I want to remind you, this isn't the Warcraft esports Twitter account, if it even exists. Probably doesn't.
It's the StarCraft
It's the StarCraft esports Twitter account, which is a Blizzard account.
Yeah, about StarCraft
esports, ignoring Home Story
Cup. And Home Story Cup is
and
probably the biggest
at this point.
Well, it is the biggest. It pulls bigger numbers than WCS.
Yes. So
but it just goes to show, man. It just goes to show how little Blizzard ever really gave a fuck about StarCraft esports.
Yeah.
They did to a certain point, and then once it didn't become this gravy train.
2 years.
Yeah. I would say from 2013 to 2012 to 2014 ish. And then that's when Blizzard just said, you know what? There's more money in these other titles. Fuck them. We'll hire some community managers. We'll act like they're involved, and then that's pretty much the show, bro.
The irony was the community managers actually didn't do anything.
It was very minimal. It was very, very minimal, you know. And now what they do is they tip their hat. And there's something that I want to say right now, but I'm not going to say it because I'm just not going to bring that drama on.
Keep talking, because I might have a sneeze.
But you know what? The biggest thing StarCraft has been doing for the community is giving out voice packs for people that are within the StarCraft community.
That's about it.
And that's pretty much as far as it gets.
Yeah, that's about it. Positive news. Home Story Cup, like I said, did do very well.
Good.
Extraordinarily well.
Good.
Had great games.
Yeah.
The Morheim family showed up and enjoyed Home Story Cup there. And then they bought pizza for everyone at the event because the Morheims, they care about StarCraft.
Wow.
That's right. Old Mikey boy himself.
Check out Mikey boy.
Old
You know
Mikey.
what? That's almost like a big fuck you to Blizzard as well,
Pretty much.
because he's the guy who used to
It's
own.
like the irony of him being there and then
Yeah.
the esports Twitter account like doing what they did and like just and how StarCraft's being treated right now within Blizzard.
Yeah.
It's
And he always championed StarCraft. I remember
Yes.
even when I sat with dinner with him for hours, and I was fortunate to sit beside him on one side and his
Yeah.
wife
On
on
the
the
other.
other side. And his wife actually knows a lot about, like, I don't know if she ever had a job within Blizzard, but obviously she was well
well-versed.
Well versed.
Well, her husband was extraordinarily not just involved from a business perspective, but he was invested personally.
Yeah,
so I suspect she heard a lot
when
about
I
it
talked to
anyway.
him, all he talked about was StarCraft.
Yeah.
And you could tell the love he had for StarCraft. And it was like, even if it wasn't making money, you could tell this guy would still be like, whatever, dude,
Yes.
I love it.
Let's
It's
just
going to
do
be a
some
thing.
StarCraft, yeah.
And the fact that Blizzard decided to dummy on Home Story Cup, but the old owner
Shows up.
shows up,
Yeah.
buys everyone pizzas, and hanging out and enjoying the fucking show is one
Tells
of the,
you everything.
It tells you everything you need to know,
Everything
bro.
you need to know.
It tells you everything you need to fucking know and some.
Yep. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Fuck me.
But shout-outs to Home Story Cup. Holding it down.
Holding it down, man.
Holding it down.
I love hearing that StarCraft is still like kicking. You know?
It's like a soft kick right now.
Yeah. It's
You
like
know,
it's like
you
know,
used to do. He's like you used to do martial arts.
She's-
but now you're
no.
getting older and you haven't. Your hips a little tight.
it's like your wife's 4 months pregnant.
No,
No,
if
you,
you-
feel it's like, is that a kick?
You know, if you
Is that a-
threw a kick too hard, you might pull a hammy.
That's what I do right now. I tell you that. Fuck.
But it's there.
It's there.
It's there.
It's there.
Yeah, and basically the sooner that Blizzard, in my opinion, the sooner that Blizzard pulls out of StarCraft entirely in terms of the esports side, and the community knows that there is no other choice, it's either them or nothing, I think it will be better.
I think once Blizzard pulls out completely, I think StarCraft's gonna die. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I think because when you think about it, they're already pulled out, bro. The only thing only thing they do is WCS.
Yeah.
And I just don't foresee that happen. I think I called it last year. I think I said 2020 will be the last year of WCS. I think that's what I said. If not, I'm saying it. Next year will be the last year of WCS.
Yeah.
I just feel it.
I could see that.
I just feel it. And I think once Blizzard completely walks away, I think people I think Home Story Cup will still be great.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to cripple a lot of people's mentality that are still attached to StarCraft professionally.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of Koreans and non-Koreans now that rely on that prize money to and work towards those big tournaments.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
That I don't know. I think there'll always be content for it. I think guys like you and me that had always made content for the community, the people that are still doing it. I mean, we're not doing it anymore, but people that are still doing it are going to keep doing it. And I think those people are going to be benefit when Blizzard backs out, because they're going to be basically the only ones
Yes, exactly.
left to do it. But other than that, I think we're going to I think it's going to be like a nail in the coffin, professionally. I think there'll be less and less professional StarCraft players playing the game, and nobody's going to be training. You're not going to have a 16, 17-year-old or even a 20-year-old
Well, no, choosing to play StarCraft.
Oh,
They're already
not doing that. They're already not doing that
in the first place.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be officially dead, and then
Yeah.
it'll just be a matter of time before it just kind of fizzles out.
So when I say I think it's going to be better, I just mean that it's going to be it's kind of like the community, not just the players and whatnot, but obviously also the players, is that there's an uncertainty has been hanging for 2.5, 3 years now.
Yeah.
And the uncertainty is it's kind of like being caught in indecision. making the decision is sometimes harder than actually just dealing with the consequences of your decision at the other side.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
So rip the Band-Aid off, right?
It's done.
And then it's done, and then people can settle, and then we see how everything goes. But for now, it's like people are just like waiting. It's like waiting for the apocalypse. It's like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And so once that's done, then I think the whatever is remaining in the StarCraft community will be better for it once they are completely out of the picture. You know who's not ever completely out of the picture and who just keeps cranking it out? No Man's Sky has another massive update. Earlier than anyone thought was going to happen. I mean, the other one, we only just talked about it a couple months ago, really. And now they've got what they're calling the Synthesis update, which brings even more additions and improvements than they had in this last update, including, these are just the highlights from Twitter, but there are 300 in the list in total of changes, updates, improvements. And as always, you go to their website and they will give you. They have a nice, pictures and everything. They show you all the stuff that they've got done. But ship salvaging. So if you have, you could collect ships, and if there are ships that you just didn't use or whatever, and they were just dead weight, you can now salvage them to get all sorts of parts where you couldn't before, which is nice. First-person exocraft, which makes sense, especially because they had the VR edition in the last one. So now you've got first-person ships and first-person land vehicles. You can have multiple weapons now instead of just one multi-tool that does everything. So if you want to have a multi-tool that's better at actually fighting with, and then one that's better for mining, you can totally do that. Or if you just like how visually some look, you can start collecting them, and you can actually have multiples where you only could have one before. You can now upgrade your ships where you also couldn't before. So now if you, again, similar idea, you find a ship that you like the look of, but you couldn't find like some sort of S-class crazy version of it anywhere, no matter how hard you tried, you can spend the time to just simply upgrade whatever ship that you've got that you like the look of to have it suit your needs. More VR improvements. Tri-base building parts. This is big for people who like to build bases. They actually have triangle pieces now. And so before, they went from blocks and rounds to whatever. Now they have actual just triangle pieces, which means the complexity of what a building can be now that you're using triangles is fucking
infinitely
wild.
crazier.
And so I'm going to be interested to see what kind of batshit fucking designs, because they also increased how much like land terraforming you can do before it caps out and things of that nature. So I think some of the bases you're going to see now crop up are going to be pretty spectacular. There's a refiner in your backpack now, which was, I almost ejaculated just seeing that, because you used to have to carry a refiner in your bag, take it out, place it, put fuel and everything into it, put your items in, and then refine, and then pull everything out. Now it's just part of your backpack.
Oh, that's dope.
Which is just 1,000 times better. And 300 other tweaks and changes, of which some of them are in there that were are very nice indeed. They also have like space map updates and a bunch of stuff. They just keep cranking out the jams. I don't know when they plan on stopping, but they just keep pumping out the fucking jams.
All right.
And every time they do it, I hop back on and I get more impressed every time I play No Man's Sky. I mean, it is doing big things out there. So shoutouts to the team of like whatever fucking 12, 20 people that I don't know if they sleep, but they keep it going. Next up on the list, we've got Resident Evil 3 Remake has been confirmed, Jeff.
Oh, Nemesis.
Little Nemesis.
Okay.
The Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah.
It's coming to PC, so you know how in this Resident Evil 2 where they were modding the guy that chases after you or whatever, Mr. X, into like several other characters, and changing, the sound and everything. Okay. Kool-Aid guy is going to be the first fucking mod.
It better be.
And every time he crashes through a wall, if he doesn't say, "Oh yeah," I'm going to be very disappointed in the PC community.
Yeah, they will. That's going to happen very
minimum
quickly.
Sound clip. I don't need to actually see the Kool-Aid guy.
You're going to see the full.
That'd be amazing.
You're going to see the full Kool-Aid guy.
Yeah, I'll play the game just for that.
Hell yeah.
I'll actually wait for it. I won't even
Resident
play the
Evil
base
2
game.
Remake was fucking fire.
Yeah, they did a really good
job.
job.
And I am looking
with that,
forward to this.
They did a good job with
If they do the exact same shit that they did with Resident Evil 2, and then they do it with Resident Evil 3, I'm in. You have my money. I'm sold.
Yes.
Resident Evil in the last like fucking 4 years has been crushing it.
Capcom in general has really been doing vastly improved things
it's
in
wild.
the last few years versus what they had in the past. So they're really stepping. I don't know if there was like some internal
They went
changes,
from fire to dog shit
and now they're
to fire again.
We're going back into the fire.
God damn.
Yeah. But I agree. If it's like the second one, but they did such a good job. If it's like the second one, then
I'm in, bro.
How could you not be in?
I'm in.
And I suspect 4 would come after that. And maybe just stop there. Let's forget 5 and 6 happened.
Yeah. I think they've already forgot those
Let's
games happen,
stop.
even though they sold reasonably well.
Yeah.
But fuck that. Hell yeah. That's dope. That's good news.
Yeah, I'm on board. You know what I'd also like to see? 1 redone like 2 did. The original.
Mm-hmm. It's a good one.
Jill sandwich and all. Give me the bad voice acting. Give me the option to hear it.
Okay, I'll take the option. No.
Or redo it, but then at least drop a reference. Have Jill eating a sandwich at some point. Some sort of weird, stupid reference.
You could do that.
You know, some sort of, give me that shit. But yeah, a Resident Evil Director's Cut's still my favorite Resident Evil, so I'd be down to see that for sure. But I'm happy to hear that 3 has been confirmed. And now for batshit crazy news of the week, Mr. Black. A French player bought a Summoner's War, which is a mobile game. If you're ever on the App Store, you'll probably see it. Summoner's War is pushed everywhere. He bought a mobile game, so Summoner's War account, for $45,000. Then he got banned within a week for exposing what is likely a fraudulent account, as it is likely worth closer to $450,000.
Okay. So I have 2 questions here. All right. So my first concern is, why in the fuck is anybody but paying for an account for $45,000? And my second one is, how in the fuck is an account worth $450,000 on a mobile game?
Okay. So let me break this down for you. Step 1. People buy stupid shit all the time. $45,000 in a mobile game is pretty low on the list of stupid shit people have purchased. I mean,
I suppose you're right.
Notch has an entire room in his house dedicated to dispensing candy.
He's also a billionaire.
I'm going to guess
multi-billionaire.
I'm going to guess that somebody that spends $45,000 in a mobile game has at least several dollars laying around. And if not, then the poor life choices just keep adding up. However, the answer to your second part of the question is that this is a game where you're like buying chests that are like random contents, right? So a lot of the stuff on the account are like perfect versions of characters or items or whatever the fuck you want to call them, right? And if you run the stats on that as to how many boxes you would have to purchase to have the odds to get into, like, to have that account, it's not $45,000. It's
so why would it be? Why would he get banned for that though? Did he get banned for buying it?
No, the account itself got banned. But it was because he exposed, like when he bought it for $45,000, he showed people that he bought it, like, hey, here, look at my dope account, right? Look at all my fire 5-star whatever the fuck, thing. And then the company went, wait a minute, that ain't right, and it's gone.
What do you mean it ain't right? Like as in was it like a hacked account?
As in the account itself didn't have that much money go through it. And so it was hacked to achieve.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then sold for $45,000.
So the game didn't make enough money. They're like, whoa, bro.
They're like,
you owe us a lot more money to have that stuff.
They can see where like the money that went through that account, right? So if the account,
I see what you're saying,
is only showing that,
I get it.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So he got fucked on for that one.
Yikes, dog.
That's a big yikes. Not to be outdone, Jeff, I can one-up you on that one. You ready for this?
All right.
A man in China spent $1.4 million on an MMORPG character in the game Justice Online. Then his friend accidentally sold it for $552.
Get fucked, bro. Just, my God.
$552. He then subsequently filed a lawsuit against the parent company NetEase and his friend, or former friend at this point, I'm assuming.
What the fuck? I mean, okay, so just wait a second here. A dude spends $1.4 million
yes,
on a Justice Online. So, first off, shoutouts to the motherfucker that made $1.4 million on selling his Justice Online account.
Get your money.
Like, what the fuck? Like, just shout outs to that guy, all right? Because that guy won here.
Yes.
That guy's the real winner.
Yes.
Shame on the dude that spent $1.4 million on an MMO. And how in the sweet fuck does his friend not only sell it for $552, but have access to sell the account for $552?
I'm guessing they were sharing the account. Would be a shot in the dark on that one.
It sounds like the friend obviously knew how much this account was worth. There's no way that, Adam, I'm going to tell you right now, bro.
Well, if you spent $1.4 million...
If I spent $1.4 million on an account,
this, yes.
I'm going to say, Adam, bro, you're not going to listen.
Well, maybe you wouldn't tell me because I'd probably kill you.
Yes, no, but I would tell you
hypothetically,
because that's what friends do, right?
$1.4 million on an account.
You know what, Adam? I got a really weird flex on you.
This is the weirdest of all flexes.
I took a lot of years of my salary,
and
I decided to put it all on the line, online, with Justice Online. Now, it's going to sound like a weird flex, bro, but my account is worth $1.4 million.
That's pretty dope.
I wired that money over, bro.
Fuck.
That's just it.
That's probably outpacing the fucking stock market right now.
That's just that right now. Hey, Adam, it's so good that I want to give you my login password.
I can't wait to see it.
And you got to check it out.
I can't wait to see it.
So I give you that stuff.
Yeah.
And then Adam goes, because he's an asshole of a friend, he calls up another one of his friends. And he goes, hey, bro, you're not going to believe what Jeff did. He's a fucking idiot. He spent $1.4 million in this account. You know what you should do? You should go on the marketplace. How about I sell you this account?
Yep.
For $552. And then you go and resell this account for $1 million. All right, we'll
split it.
We'll split it 50-50.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So Adam decides, call up his boy, sells it for $552.
Yep.
And now somebody's got that account.
Yep.
And he's trying to off it off to the next dumbass that's got $1 million of daddy's money.
Yep.
And then they're going to cut it 50-50.
Yep.
I'm assuming that's what happened.
That's probably it. And now the guy is super salty, so he's suing NetEase and his friend, former friend.
Yikes.
So that happened.
Yikes. How the fuck is he going to get any money from NetEase? How do you even sue NetEase?
I'm not sure, but if he had $1.4 million to spend on a character, I'm guessing at this point he's got the money to pay a lawyer.
Yeah, and a damn good one.
Because you could make an argument that the French guy for $45,000 probably just maxed out a bunch of credit cards and like did some stupid shit. If you got $1.4 million laying around, you actually have money. That's you don't just fabricate $1.4 million.
Yeah, that's just a lot. Like 45 G's you can scrape together. You can call up the bank and say, hey, I need a personal loan.
Yeah.
You know what?
You call up the bank and say, hey, I need $1.4 million. They'd say, no, you don't. I've got a statement right here that says your great-grandchildren won't be worth $1.4 million in assets.
That is so ridiculous, bro. That's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like $1.4 million is like money that you put in an investment to like a game company. Like not for an account, man. People are crazy.
Oh, here we go. Oh, we're getting hot fire updates from Tenryu.
Okay.
All right. They have the ability to transfer characters between accounts. Owner of the $1 million character gave his friend the character to play. When friend 2 tried to give it back, he fucked up and accidentally sold it via the market. Oh, that they used to transfer the character in the first place. Oh, get fucked. That's why he's suing NetEase.
And his friend.
The friend part.
I'm not sure you're going to get that.
If that's how it actually went down, now you're just being an asshole.
So my prediction about the weird flex, and giving you the stuff to go and try.
It's not far off.
It sounds like it's the truth.
It's pretty much it.
You know, he told his friend.
It's just the mechanism.
You got to try out this character. You can literally just dummy anybody.
Yeah.
You better at $1.4 million. You want to talk about pay to win?
You might actually get to the point where you don't even want to have to click a button for you to do anything.
Yeah,
for
I want it to
$1.4
just
million.
read my mind.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yep.
I want to be able to fuck that character.
Yeah.
Physically.
Ideally.
Like, I want a physical...
For $1.4 million?
I want to fuck whatever that character is. I can guarantee you it's one of those, like, Asian chicks
he wants to be 3.5
with
inches
huge
deep.
fucking titties.
Yep.
Wearing skimpy, scatty clothes.
Dead eyes.
I want that coming to my house in whatever form you can. I want to stick it.
Yep.
For $1.4 million.
Yep. It better clean itself, too.
Yikes. Next. This is depressing news. Like, is this our news this week?
there's some good stuff down towards the bottom.
Okay, because
so we're getting it. We're fucking us up front, and then we'll have some lighter news towards the bottom.
I'm seeing Star Citizen next.
That's the next one.
Fuck.
Star Citizen is adding more features, Jeff.
Surprise.
And you want to know what the feature is?
What's that?
It's tribes in the game.
Tribes?
You know, the game Tribes. The shooter, first-person shooter, where it was like 100 and some people,
Really?
whatever. Okay, with vehicles and everything, like massive war. Okay, imagine that mixed with Battlefield's like, you know how they had a mode where it was like you'd start, it was like attack and defend, and there'd be 3 stages.
Yeah.
And the level would kind of change in between each of the stages. All right, so take Tribes, take Battlefield's thing, merge it, and then be like, all right, our system will explode if we have more than 40 people in it. So knock it down to 40 people, and you have it. It's called Theaters of War. It's 20 versus 20 multiplayer battle mode. And Jeff, let me give you a rundown on this bad boy. And then I'm going to show you a video, and we're going to get some live reactions to just how well this bad boy runs. Star Citizen, which has been in development. This is via Polygon, by the way. Shout out to Polygon for having this up here so I can meme. Star Citizen, which has been in development since 2012 and is still technically in an alpha state, has another mode for play coming called Theaters of War. It was announced at this weekend's CitizenCon. It's their convention that they have for the game that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah. They better not charge a fucking ticket for people to get into that damn
They
thing.
definitely do. Theaters of War will be a multi-phase, multiplayer, cooperative, competitive mode combining first-person shooter, surface vehicle, and space vehicle combat. It seems to be indirectly inspired by, or at least evocative of, the epic 50-player battles organized by a dedicated player within the Star Citizen's persistent universe earlier this winter. So somebody else strung something like this together, and then they were like, let's do that.
A reason for somebody to play this game.
In Phase 1, players fight it out on foot in traditional FPS capture and control match. If the attackers prevail and take the base, they advance to the second phase. If not, the game is over. FPS classes for both sides include foot soldiers, assault, snipers, and anti-vehicle specialists. Phase 2 features FPS and vehicular combat on a larger map. The same fighter classes as before will take on or use the Cyclone, the Ursa rover, and the Ballista vehicles in a continuation of assault or defense of the same base in Phase 1, but now you can go outside.
Okay.
Phase 3, naturally,
goes to
orbit and involves both one-person fighter craft as well as larger ships where players will or can man gun emplacements. The job there is to take over the space base, which will involve first-person combat inside. That's what you're looking at.
All right, let's see it.
Then we're gonna see it. One sec. There was more updates towards the bottom here. Oh yes. Also at CitizenCon, they announced that a final release date above the Anvil Carrack ship, which is evocative of the Firefly ship, the show that got canceled after one season that everyone has a massive erection for on the internet. Which was originally promised as a stretch goal when Star Citizen's crowdfunding hit 33 million. So day 2.
Yikes.
The project passed that mark in November of 2013.
They just getting it now?
And Cloud Imperium put the Carrack on sale as a concept spaceship in November 2014 for $350 US.
God, these guys, man. That's so painful to even say out loud.
In February of 2020, 6 years later, almost, it'll be ready to buy and fly in the game. There you go. So it took a while, but it's getting there.
Took a while.
Yeah.
That's the understatement of the year. They collected money from this shit 5-6 years ago.
Star Citizen began life in 2012 as a Kickstarter project with a 2014 delivery date. Since then, its protracted development, vague and changing delivery dates, and now a $242 million crowdfunding budget have made the space flight simulator quite a controversial project. Squadron 42 is also expected to finally make an appearance next year, Jeff. Originally, it was a mode within Star Citizen, but Cloud Imperium now considers this a wholly separate game, splitting it off entirely. This is the narrative-driven campaign whose A-list cast includes Gillian Anderson, Gary Oldman, Henry Cavill, Mark Hamill, and Andy Serkis, which was announced back in 2015. Cloud Imperium in August delayed Squadron 42's beta again by 3 months, moving it from summer 2020 to a third quarter of the year. So, the beta, fall of 2020, barring any further delays.
Yikes. It's all I can say is I don't even want to see this shit.
And now, for the meme.
Oh, boy.
We're going to, now, on YouTube and on stream, you guys are getting 30 FPS, but you should still be able to see the earth-shattering performance that is being delivered by Star Citizen.
I expect a $230 million experience.
This is doing $242 million, Jeff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
$242 million.
Oh, boy.
All right, here we go. We do this. We got to swap over here. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Can you turn me up?
It's quiet in general right now.
Okay. Phase 1. Is that gun even shooting? Oh, there it is. Nice aim.
Can I also just mention that this is a really poorly cut video?
Oh my god, you see that frag throw? Bro, is this running at the speed of fucking 4 frames a second?
Give or take. Like, judging by it, even though this has been, like, you know, uploaded and everything else to YouTube, whatnot, I mean, this is, I would hazard, I mean, if you can see.
Oh my god.
I would hazard a guess you're seeing about 15 to 25 frames a second.
I need all agents to focus on that.
In a lot of instances. Phase 2, Jeff. Here we go. Now it's time for vehicular combat. If you look closely, Elon Musk's new truck will be on the battlefield somewhere. I believe that's it right there. Does any of this look exciting to you yet?
I even, like, I'm trying not to hate on this, bro, but this is embarrassing. Like, this is just so fucking bad. Like, it looks like dog shit.
Does this look like a $242 million game?
This is fucking awful, dude. It doesn't even look like... It looks like a game that would have been made 10 years ago.
Like, visually... Not the performance. Visually impressive. Everything else about this game.
No, it's just like the controls, everything. It just looks so fucking...
It also, if I'm going to be honest with you, other than like some of the particle effects and stuff, visually, textures and stuff, not doing it for me. I don't know if that's just because they put all this together last possible second.
Whatever it takes, it's gotta go.
Here we go.
Go, go, go.
We're going to space, Jeff. You ready to see some janky ass trying to like land on a fucking spaceship?
Yes, yes I am.
It's coming.
Yes.
Buckle up.
Wow, look at this.
Buckle up. Here we go.
Oh man. We can do it, boys. Come on. Jump, go, 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 go. So tactical. Go, go, go. Come on, we need extra cover. Go. Our ship's going down. Boom.
Some of these actually have what looks to be about 10 to 12 frames a second.
Get the core! Get the core! No! Game. Oh my god, the frames. Oh my god. I can see the shit happening in space. The game's like, fuck. Oh, look at this. Bro, pause. Just turn this off. Okay. You wanna know I watched some. I went into the Star Citizen. I went into the CitizenCon Twitch chat. All right, when they were doing their thing, and I made some comment about fucking $250 million and whatever, and bro, I watched this for about 15 minutes. All right, not only were they having problems with their damn flicker. Like, the flicker wouldn't change.
It's 2019, Jeff. Every businessman in the world still has a problem with that fucking flicker.
Dude, every single clip that I've seen from this con, every single, not even the game, bro, but every single person looks depressed.
The guys on stage and everything?
Guys on stage look so unenthusiastic.
Well, that guy we just saw there looked dead inside.
Like,
I don't know if that was just because he was letting the video play when they're talking did you
about
see
it.
Them present?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There's no passion.
Yeah.
There's no like excitement. It's just this bland, boring, like unenthusiastic presentation of it's like they all know that they're in way too deep and they don't really have anything exciting to show. And it's like they've given up. Like it's weird. Now I don't know if it's the type of people that are making these games, because let's be real, it's a lot of the people that are probably buying and playing this game and that are dumping thousands of dollars into these games, they're probably in the type of people that are much more, into this. I'm trying to use my words correctly.
Of course, you'd be politically correct.
I think we all know the type of people I'm talking about here.
Yes.
All right. Now I'm not saying everybody.
No.
But the people that are presentating this game are probably the same type of people that are buying the shit.
Yes.
And I'm sure there is like a love and excitement for it on the inside, but holy shit, can I not see any, like, it's hard for me to get pumped. If you get a good person that can present some shit, they could even take that shitty-ass video that we watched
and make you get hyped
and make me get hyped. They could say something like, yeah, we know, like, right now, like, just to visualize.
We put this together for you guys.
Yeah,
we just had in the last quarter. We saw it. The community member did the thing.
Yes.
We thought it was a fantastic idea. We wanted to put something together to show you guys that we've got this. It's not a huge priority, but we thought it'd be a nice add-on for the game. It's not going to take us a lot of extra time.
Boom.
But here it is.
Boom.
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 Or
Something
you
like
could
that.
stand up on stage and look like somebody as your wife held hostage and your child is held over a burning flame right now, and you are just trying to survive long enough to get off the stage so that they don't get shot.
It's crazy, dude. They could have at least been like, guys, you're not going to believe this, but you're going to start on foot. All right? You're going to have
You're right, I don't believe it,
traditional
Jeff.
team deathmatch type stuff.
Yes.
Then you're going to be transferred out of that building.
Yes.
You're going to get into vehicles.
Oh.
Several vehicles. You're going to have a foot and a vehicle fight.
Several.
Then the winners are going to get in your custom aircraft
that you spent $300 on.
$1 bajillion. And you got to work together to go to the motherships and destroy the core and fight off their enemies in a 40 versus 40 epic
20 versus 20.
20 versus 20 epic battle in glorious 10 frames per second, because there's so much shit
In
going on.
cinematic 24 FPS.
Now, I will say this. The only downfall to this is you will need a $14,000 computer. But don't worry. You've already spent $14,000 on the ship, so we know you've got it. All right? And the computers that we're using here to demonstrate this right now, the convention, they're cheap. We're running on some old shit, all right? Like, they could have done something to get you hyped, but instead, I felt like we watched Tribes.
So there's only a couple of things
From
here.
back when Tribes came out. Right? Can we get a video of Tribes on the stream right now to show you the frames per second? And I bet you it's very similar to what we just saw.
1 sec.
Can we get a video of Tribes? All right. There it is. Whatever this is, just click the first one. Right here. Tribes Ascend.
Gameplay highlights.
I don't want any commentary. I just want, there it is. 2 down. 2 down. 2 down. Which one is it?
Tribes Ascend?
Yeah, right there. 20 minutes of gameplay. Just fucking.
This is from 2011,
All
boys.
right, that's it. I want to see.
Oh, this is, and on top of this is recorded with like a phone.
It's still going to look better. Let's see.
2011 Hot
let's
Fire.
see.
Here we go.
I want to see
Here we go.
this right here. There we go. Just skip into this video some. I want to see some action. Here we go.
Here we go.
Star Citizen. Bro, I am not shitting you when I say this.
This is in 720p because this is from 2011.
Okay.
With the oldest encoding known to man, using a camera to record a TV.
I am not going to lie to you, bro. This is getting better frames per second.
Well, it's also showing a lot.
$250 million game.
Yes, but let's see.
Not only that, the gameplay.
There should be vehicles in here in this gameplay somewhere.
Let me see some vehicles.
And if not, then that's unfortunate because there should be some.
There it is. There it is. I'm already having a better time. I'm already having a better time right now.
Also, more than 40 people on this map right now. I don't remember what Tribes Ascend topped out at, but it was a lot more than 40.
That's what we're going through right now. You're still on the on over there.
They're not seeing the anything too fancy.
That's where we're going right now.
Yeah.
I just had a better time.
I think Tribes was 24 versus 24. There you go. We had 8 more people in 2011.
Bro, Star Citizen's a joke. And you know what? The people that are enjoying whatever they have right now, great. I'm happy you're getting your money's worth. I'm happy, like, whatever.
I hope you're getting your money's worth.
You know, whatever floats your boat, like, go ahead. But, man, these guys are they're a goddamn joke, bro. They're a joke. It's a joke.
Okay, so, again, keeping in mind that what they showed us, if the frames are that bad, there's only so many reasons for it. Because this was run internally on the best hardware they get their hands on and recorded in the best way they could come up with a $242 million budget. And that's what they produced. Either the video was recorded horribly or the game actually runs like that right now.
Bro.
Those are the only two options.
Do you see the amount of shit? Can you imagine the details that they have in that game? On how hard that is on your PC, you fucking throw 40 people.
Well, didn't they spend
like a fuck show?
Spend a few dollars on having a finely mo-capped bartender?
It's over. Like it's so like no.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, they have their own con, bro, which is very fitting.
Con is an appropriate term.
Very, very appropriate term. Nobody looks happy.
No.
Nobody. No one.
Everyone looks depressed.
They are. Even the fans are depressed, bro.
I just realized we still haven't put up the other patch from when it fell down.
Fuck it.
Last podcast. I forgot.
God dang.
But yes.
Stop the madness, Star Citizen.
Yeah,
go make your game, man. Like, why are you adding this stuff?
Stop that shit.
Stop.
You already can't deliver what you've already settled on.
Just fucking make your game and put it out so everybody can shut up.
$242 million.
My fuck. And you know what's the sad part about it is? It's probably almost all fucking spent, bro. It literally is probably almost all spent.
Like, I don't know if they have $242 million and they're using some of that on marketing, because if not, then the marketing budget's going to be like another fucking $200 million.
The game's never coming out, dude. And like I said before, if it ever does come out, it's going to be a shell of what they promised. A shell of what they promised. And you know what's going to happen? By the time the game comes out, everybody will have already experienced the full game. That's what's going to happen. By the time this game gets released,
incrementally.
It's this small
in
little
beta form.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it'll be like this official release.
Yeah.
And you've already played it.
Yeah. It's not like they're going to drop like some massive amount of content on like day one and be like, here's 1.0.
Dude, they have a con every year. They're showing everybody what they're doing.
Yeah.
Unless they out of nowhere go, guys, you thought we were conning you.
Got ya,
motherfucker. This full game is dropping in 6 months, and bro, we're going to fucking blow your mind away with how many planets. It's going to be massive. It's going to be, no, what you see is what you get. That's what they got.
In fact, we already know what's coming up next because it's listed right here, Jeff. Let me find that for you. Star Citizen, led by Wing Commander creator Chris Roberts, is about a month into its 3.7 alpha version, which added subterranean cave systems on planets and asteroids and the ability to rent ships with in-game currency. Alpha 3.8, which was previewed at CitizenCon, is expected in December and will bring a new planet, plus 2 major performance upgrades in how worlds are generated, how player persistence is maintained, and object management. So we've got 3.8 alpha coming with a new planet.
Hey, and more ways to spend more money.
I'm sure we'll have something else come up.
If you can't afford a $350 ship, don't worry, you can rent it for $49.99. And you know what? If it's late when you bring it back or it's damaged, you better have your credit card hooked up because we're legitimately charging you.
Enterprise Rent-A-Car, now a sponsor of Star Citizen.
I wouldn't put it past them, guys.
Enterprise in the future, renting cars for the weekend.
I you not, bro.
But in space.
I wouldn't put it past them to legit overcharge people, or you have to pay money for damages. I wouldn't be surprised. Yikes, bro.
So what's the over under on the or what are you betting the number is going to get with alpha before we're out? We're at 3.8 now.
It's going to go to 9. It's going to go 9.9. And then at 10 it's beta.
I feel like we've been talking about we have been talking about this since this podcast started 2 years ago.
Yes, we have.
And it feels like...
And it was already long in production before the podcast started.
And it feels like this... every time I see it, I feel like, yeah, they're adding new stuff, but it doesn't look any more complete, if that makes sense.
No.
It looks like it's the same...
same
game.
Because you want to know what it is? They don't actually have a game. What they're doing is they're just adding little things to prolong the fact that their game is never going to be made. And they're just adding shit, bro. You know
what I think is a possibility here? They release Squadron 42 as its own game, an honest-to-God game that comes out. Who knows how long it's going to be, but it will be an actual game. You know, how good it is, who knows. And then after that, they will continue to struggle to put out the rest of this game and eventually decide to shit-can it and then sell the pockets of technology that they've developed for the game as individual assets to other companies for use in their games and walk away. And then probably put up with a class action lawsuit.
Yep. Sounds about right. That's
what I think. This is what I think is going to happen.
The game's never coming out, bro. I'm going to tell you that right now. Never.
They're coming for that Duke Nukem Forever record, and it probably will be just as good as Duke Nukem Forever was when it got released. 13 years, I believe, was Duke Nukem Forever.
This is such dog shit. Anyway, let's move on. This game's dog shit, bro. I'm sorry. And for the ones I've never played it, so I can't say that the game is dog shit, but the people who are running this is dog shit. It's just dog. It's dog shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that game, dude. Fuck Star Citizen.
That's rough. How long have these pair known? How long have Jeff and I know each other? What is it now? I'm 31. You're 33, which means
32.
32. Yeah, that's right. You still have a couple
more months.
So that makes it 21 years.
Yep.
Final Fantasy Remake Part 2
that makes me feel really old, bro.
Yeah, and that's rough. I know. It's rough.
Fuck me.
Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 already being worked on. The director elaborated more on the project here, so I will go over that for you guys.
Great.
IGN, go fuck yourself with your autoplay videos, by the way. Final Fantasy VII Remake director Tetsuya Nomura has said that Square Enix has already begun working on the next part of the episodic remake of his RPG classic.
I would hope so.
So there was somebody in my community who I bet, I think it was $100, that he thought that in March when this game came out, it was going to be the whole game. And I said, I'll take that bet all day.
Oh, somebody owes you some money.
I just made some money. I just made some money.
That was a dumb bet, bro.
That was a terrible bet, which is exactly why I took it immediately.
Yes.
I should have made it more money, but you know. Opportunities for discussing our true intentions are few. This is a continued quote. But with regard to the size of the game that many are asking about, there's no reason at all to worry. Fear not, Jeff. Even in this Midgar portion alone, the density and volume are so great that I had to give directions to lighten them. He wanted more in Midgar, Jeff. He wanted like 7 games in Midgar alone. He wanted an entire trilogy of just Midgar.
Nah.
Everyone's favorite location
Nah.
in Final Fantasy VII.
I want to get through Midgar as fast as humanly possible so I can get to the game.
Yeah. With regard to new characters, of whom I said during past interviews that there would be none, so new characters, no new characters, though they aren't main characters, their numbers ended up growing considerably in the process of creating a rich depiction of Midgar. So the answer is yes, there are new characters, just not ones you're playing. When you think of Midgar's final boss, you probably think of Motor, which is the robot enemy that you fight there towards the end before you run for your life.
Yep.
But in this game, new bosses will appear and add to the excitement of the story even more, Jeff.
I don't mind that. As long as Motor's still the last guy that I'm fighting, I don't mind if there's, some new shit along the way. I want new shit along the way.
If you're going to make me spend that much money for this game being split up into multiple parts, you might as well add more.
I want to go through the same story and have the same experience, but I want it to be heightened. You know what I'm saying? I want more. And by the sounds of it, they're giving us more.
And then the final quote here, like we mentioned going in, we've already begun working on the next one as well, but I'm confident that playing through this title will expand your expectations just like the world that extends beyond
Just
Midgar.
don't make me wait fucking 2 years in between each thing, please.
That's probably what's going to happen.
The good news is...
got even more? Oh my God. More quotes, Jeff!
Quotes for days.
My God.
I'm just ready for this already, I'm just ready for this.
Oh, here we go. This is very important, Jeff.
Okay.
Co-director of scenario design, Motomo Toriyama, also confirms, as the much-asked question, the scene in which Cloud dresses up to get into the Honeybee Inn has made it into the remake.
Hey!
In 2019, Jeff.
Boom.
It's happening.
I mean, if it didn't make it, that'd probably be a problem, right? In 2019?
Well, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. In Japan, they wouldn't give a fuck. But over here, people will find a way to be salty one way or the other. When remaking the Honeybee Inn at the Wall Market, we revived it as a pantheon of entertainment which couldn't be realized back then. Here, the scene that many of you have been eager to see, where Cloud disguises himself. Please enjoy. There you go. It's in.
Great.
We got it, Jeff. We got it.
Prayers have been answered.
There you go. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Part 2, already being worked on. Get it going. Jeff, Google Stadia had a rough first week.
Did it ever?
I mean, we're talking like 40, maybe 50 grit sandpaper. Some people might describe the grit of the sandpaper as having just taken some tape and strawn some rocks on it.
That's a thick.
Some heavy grit sandpaper.
Oh yeah, that's taking chunks out.
It's taking.
That's chunking you.
And in true Google style, Google is passing the blame onto the software developers as to why the games aren't running well or at 4K spec on Stadia. What's more, some of the tweets that they were talking about these games or just Stadia in general playing at 4K have been deleted.
Smart move.
Some games are running at 1080p, being upscaled to 4K. So they're technically being delivered at 4K in the most semantic way possible.
Yikes.
However, that means that they're often running worse than current gen consoles.
Yikes.
Let's. I have a nice little. Is this the one I think it is? Yeah. Oh, buddy, check this out.
Oh, yikes.
I don't know how well this is going to play over the.
No, they're not going to see it very well.
Yeah, you guys won't see it very well. I'll put the
in the link in the description.
I'll put the link in chat,
in the chat
here,
there, yeah.
And then if I remember, I'll put it on YouTube. But you can look it up. It's basically somebody is comparing Stadia to the Xbox One X in Red Dead Redemption 2. So there's the tweet, and we're just gonna go back here. Okay, so just
there's a difference.
Full screen this. That is. Can I get this in another? No, I can't. Look at. Okay, so to describe this to you, if you're not seeing it, imagine if you took.
This is it right here.
If you took a picture of the woods, and then on one, it's nice and sharp. The shadows are dark. There's good contrast between everything. And then on the camera for the second shot, you took white pantyhose and stretched it and then put it over the front of the camera so that the shadows, the contrast is way lower. The shadows aren't as dark anymore, and everything's kind of blurry and muddy. That is what the Stadia looks like.
Yeah. One looks like I got glasses on. The other looks like I took them off.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Oh, here's a nice one. There you
that
go.
One, that one's
now
big. That one you can really see
that
it.
one. All right, here, I can show this one. Xbox One X on the right, Stadia on the left. I mean, you can almost no longer see the outcropping in the middle there of the scene out in like beyond the riverbed. It's actually so faded that you're starting to lose sight of an entire rock face.
Yes. It's bad. It's bad. It's
like
not good.
It's
not good.
That looks horrendous. And again, this would be coming in, you're blowing through like 7 gigs an hour at 720p or whatever the fuck we said last week. Look at this.
Yeesh.
This is the one that I really noticed it. Like you look at the sticks, the twigs, whatever, the bush to the right of the characters,
Yeesh.
and you compare that, and just look at how fucking, and look, you can even tell that settings have been turned down just based on how much foliage is ahead of them. There are like entire trees, many, like.
Gone.
It actually looks like on the Stadia side, it looks like there's an open field back there, and on the Xbox One side, it looks like you're in the woods.
Yes.
I would not play Stadia if it looked like this.
No. Looks terrible.
This looks worse than if you just went out and just built like a cheap PC.
It doesn't even look
or
like
just buy a console.
Yeah, it's not. You're not even getting the full experience anymore. You're just. Oh my god! Just remove this from my life. This is awful, bro.
Look at that. Look at you. You're getting to the point now where you can't even see the guy's eyes.
Well, look at his gloves. Look at the detail. One looks like you can't even tell one of them's a hand. It's just a shadow.
I mean, it's truly bad. Like really, really, really bad.
Look at the detail on the tree. Like even the big tree there.
Yeah, it's bonkers, dude.
Yeah,
it's really bad. That's a big yikes.
A huge yikes.
That's a big fucking yikes. And of course, they passed that blame. Like I said, they passed that blame on to the software developers, saying, "Hey, look, guys, we're doing our part."
No.
It does look like an early Xbox 360 game. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Except, again, the contrast looks like it's been completely turned down.
Yeah.
Like, if it was at least, like, the contrast was the same, then it would totally look like an Xbox 360 game. But that's, like, it is fucking awful. So there you go. Wait. There's a Washington Post video of a man with literally the most godly internet ever and shown how shit Stadia runs. Oh, that's not even that. I mean, the internet's okay. But, I mean, still, that's more than enough. He's 700 down, 900 up.
Great.
And he's sitting in Washington, which means he's probably pretty close to a Google Stadia server and still running like dog shit. So there you go. That's rough. So Stadia continuing to have a rough week. Covering up their tracks in regards to 4K. Pushing some blame off onto the developers. The usual Google shit.
Yep.
In general, I'm gonna repeat this once again. Stay far fucking away.
Yeah, it's not
from
ready
Google
yet.
Stadia.
It's not ready yet.
5 years from now, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's if you have access to good internet.
Yeah.
But right now,
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
Next up, some relatively positive news. There's some good rumor coming around that Super Metroid Remake and Metroid Prime Trilogy HD could be coming to the Switch.
Cool.
I mean, good news for a lot of people. I know you. I
I'm
know
not
you
a
don't
big
personally give a shit.
I mean, that's cool.
But the Super Metroid Remake is great. I mean, Super Metroid is one of the greatest games of all time.
Yeah.
And the honestly, the Metroid Prime on the GameCube,
Yeah, fun.
also a really freakishly good game.
Yeah.
So having that come out would be dope. So it's a rumor right now, but I'm going to say
It's
that's
coming.
all but locked in.
It's coming.
And it's probably going to be announced around the time that they say, by the way, here's some more information on the new Metroid that's coming up.
You pre-order this, some maybe, I don't know.
They're not into that kind of shit, Nintendo, usually. But they'll probably pair up
the news.
Like, here it is, and then bam.
Yeah, get excited.
Hit you with a
Play
a
all
right,
the
and
oldies before the newbie.
And all of a sudden a left cross comes, you're like, oh, bam.
Knocked out. Need a Switch.
Oh, last one. This was just really interesting. Very interesting news that is like a mixture of old news with some new stuff. So there was leaked footage of documentary and gameplay for an Xbox 360 GoldenEye remaster that never made it out. So they had already gotten it to the point where the game was basically remastered, and then they ran into licensing issues. Remember they put out the Rare Replay pack on the 360? Odds are it was supposed to be part of that package. And then in the Rare Replay thing, there was also like a documentary that on Rare and whatnot and included. And there was documentary footage has surfaced about them talking about this remaster as late as 2014.
Wow.
And then it didn't unfortunately make it to the forefront. So there's actually, I think if we go in here, this article, check out these pictures. So it wasn't like the one that they did on the Wii or whatever. It was an honest to God one, like the Halos, where, like, I'll try and put this up for people here on Twitch and YouTube, where you could press a button and switch between old graphics and new graphics.
Okay.
So it was a 1-to-1 mapping of the original game. They weren't fucking with anything. It wasn't like trying to revamp the game. It was just literally a graphical, audio-visual improvement, and that was the show.
Dope.
Running at 60 frames a second.
Dope.
And so you can see here, this is complex. Getting the slappers on. James is about to put the smack down here, but going to get shot by that Cougar Magnum. Except he won't, because she has 0 bullets loaded right now. So maybe she will get killed. Who knows? And then this is the original.
Wow. Very similar, but you can see the...
Basically, if you were to see, like... Oh, okay, here we go.
Boom.
Okay, you can tell now that this is Pierce Brosnan. You can actually see facial features, whereas here it's like...
No.
It was the N64.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest. If I was playing this, I'd probably still play this version if this version's running at 60 FPS, because one of the hardest things was playing this level with something like grenade launchers, and every time a grenade went off, everyone's frame rate dropped to about 4. So experiencing that, like, look at that.
Wow.
Right? Like, there's Trevlin in the facility looking like Trevlin, not looking like this.
Wow.
Right?
What a shame that didn't come out.
Yeah. Look, there's
Wow.
there's Valentine. Look at the textures on the and stuff there for the. I mean, it's a big upgrade, right? Natalia. So, there's the fame. That's the opening. That's the facility. First thing you do is you shoot that dude in the head. If you're good enough, you can shoot his hat off without killing him first. And he's confused as shit, and then you kill him. Then you dome him.
Wow. Very cool.
So yeah.
That's right downstairs.
That's right downstairs in the facility. The runway. I mean, it's pretty night and day, honestly.
Dope.
But it's night and day in a way that it's still like...
It adds to it. Like,
look
yeah,
at,
I mean, that's just, look at the difference. Jesus.
And that's because the N64 couldn't render out far enough. They had that, like, fog to, to make it cover up the why they couldn't load.
Wow. What a difference.
That's the cradle at the end of the game. There's the dam. So that's a big difference. And it is a shame because... Honestly, as everyone, would probably agree, GoldenEye... Oh, that's not the one I wanted to move over. GoldenEye was the game that started or really made people believe that first-person shooters on a console could happen. And that they could be good. Not just happen, but actually be good. And then we got Perfect Dark, which made it even better. And then that gave way to Halo on the Xbox. And I think the original Halo was probably the game that solidified first-person shooters on consoles.
Yeah.
That's a thing that we can do now. And then they just started cranking them out. Especially with the dual sticks changed the game. So, very
That's cool.
Very cool. I didn't get a chance to see the leaked footage for the documentary yet, but I'm going to try and see if I can check that out because that seems super interesting. But here's the thing: they have all this. This is very very important because as far as the licensing and everything goes right now, as I understand it, the only thing stopping this from actually happening is Xbox and Nintendo just have to shake hands and get on with it. And Xbox and Nintendo's relationship has never been better than it is right now. They're working together. They're releasing games and stuff. This is it. So everyone,
you think we're gonna get it on the Switch?
Christmas miracle.
Can you imagine having?
I think we're just gonna get it in multiple places because
love-
you wouldn't go out and do it and put it on one fucking. You're putting that shit everywhere because
Dude, I think it'd be good on the Switch.
that'd be dope on the Switch.
Having like 4 of your friends all instead of using a split screen.
you
each
have your own individual
fucking pad.
Yes. And even the Switch could run that at 60.
Oh, to crush it on 60.
So that's what that's what you gotta fucking hope for.
Well, that's
so
cool.
there you go.
Very cool.
Yeah. That's all I've got for game news, Jeff.
All right.
That's the
Well,
show.
it's that time.
It's time to sell out. You ready?
NordVPN, shout out to our sponsor. If you guys are looking for a virtual private network, you want to be secure, anonymous on the internet, you can go ahead and purchase NordVPN on a 3-year term, 70% off using the promo code OTT. 1 month money back guarantee. If you don't like it, get your money back. Up to 6 simultaneous connections. That could be your PC, your laptop, your phone, your iPad, whatever other little devices that you want to use, all at the same time. What other things am I missing?
Can't put it on a pager, Jeff.
Can't put it on a pager.
Haven't got that technology yet.
Don't think you need that technology. But NordVPN, man, they've been supporting the podcast now for months.
Yep.
You guys have actually been supporting them as well. I've been noticing some comments. You guys are picking it up. So 70% off using the promo code OTT. Link will be in the description of this podcast. If you're listening to this on RSS feed, head on over to YouTube, click on the description. Link will be there. Or head on over to their website, and as you're checking out, use the promo code OTT and get yourself a virtual private network. It's great for watching Netflix in different, regions and things like. Might not even just be Netflix. Might be different streaming services or websites, YouTube videos that
Can't get past the child lock thing, unfortunately.
No,
That one's just
that's
one's
the way
baked in.
That's just the way it is. Or maybe you're in China and you need a VPN. It still works over there in China as well. And I actually use it a great deal for a certain UFC. When UFC is on Fox, for some reason, those assholes do not allow Canadians to watch their videos.
Even though we have Fox.
And I just go ahead and hit
Boom.
my little VPN and boom.
Even on the Twitter feed. Every once in a while,
That's
like
same-
their
it's-
tweets,
it's
it's like
the
not
same-
available, and you're kind
It's the same
like,
thing.
bitch, I literally just watched this
Yes.
on my TV.
Yes.
I paid for it.
Yep.
And now you're not going to show me it on Twitter.
So now I just
Licensing's a weird thing.
NordVPN, boom. Next thing you know, I'm watching it.
Booking flights, that's another good one.
Yes.
The way that websites work with booking and stuff, that's why like people will recommend not only if you can use a different IP, but also use incognito modes and stuff like that, so that they're not running on cookies, so that they can see, hey, you've been here, and then they change the prices dramatically.
Yep.
It's like that. That's just crooked as fuck.
It's like you search for a flight.
Yeah.
And they're like, buy it now or it might go up. And the next time you search it, it's up like $20.
Yeah.
Next time you search it, it's up like
200.
it just keeps going up because they know you're going to purchase it and they're
Yes.
putting the pressure on you.
Yeah. Oh, it's crazy, dude.
So use your NordVPN, trick the system.
That's right. There you go.
Boom.
You know what's up next, Jeff?
Movies and TV.
Jeopardy! Unfortunately, Alex Trebek, the fight with cancer is getting a little too tough, so he's got to bow out. But before he bows out, they're going out big, Jeff. They're doing a greatest of all time tournament with a $1 million prize. So they're bringing back the people that made the most money on Jeopardy.
Damn.
And pitting them against each other.
Damn.
For a $1 million prize.
Damn.
Let me, let's see here. Okay, the series of matches. Okay, so long-running trivia game show Jeopardy will air a multi-night tournament event, the greatest of all time, in prime time, January 7th. The series of matches, hosted by Alex Trebek, will pit against one another the 3 players who took home the most cash in the game show's history: Ken Jennings, Brad Rutter, and James Holzhauer. After a series of matches, the first to win 3 face-offs will bank $1 million.
There you go. Bam.
That's probably going to be crazy.
It'll be a big event.
Those 3 dudes,
It'll be a big event.
the big brain on those 3 dudes for random information is quite impressive, and they dumpstered everyone else that was on the show, but putting them up against each other.
We'll see how that goes.
That's some shit. So there you go. So there it is. For that, I thought I'd put that in there because it's kind of crazy. It's also going to be weird if the time ever comes so they don't replace Alex, if the show just ends with Alex, to not have Jeopardy on TV.
Yeah.
That's been on since I was alive.
You know what, though? Like, I'm not sure what the ratings are for Jeopardy and stuff. Like, I'm not sure. Like,
They're good because Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune run back-to-back in the same primetime spot.
That is true. I know
for like 30 years.
I know Wheel of Fortune still crushes it.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be nice to see Jeopardy leave with Alex, because it's
I think it would make sense.
You know, because especially if they're not like growing, you know what I mean? Like, obviously they probably get a bump right now because of what Alex is going through.
Yeah, of course.
There's
Yeah.
a big, thing of support.
Yeah.
But it would be fitting if they ended. Or if they get a replacement, it'd be very interesting to see who replaces it and if the show still does well.
Yes.
Because I think this is a little bit different than, say, a Bob Barker leaving The Price is Right.
Yeah.
This is like, I don't know, it just feels like the show should end with him.
The Price is Right was just Bob was at the center of the show for sure, but The Price is Right was bigger than Bob.
Yeah.
And Bob knew that, and Bob never treated necessarily the show like it was his. Alex Trebek is Jeopardy.
Yes.
So
100%.
You separate those two, the show isn't bigger than Alex Trebek.
No.
So you remove Alex Trebek, and I bet you the show would tank real fucking hard.
Yeah.
So
be interesting to see it.
Yeah.
See what happens, but hopefully he can still, fight through, and we'll see more of. But I think we're.
It's pancreatic cancer.
Yeah, I think we're on a, and it's pretty incredible that he's still hasn't missed shows. He's still doing this, while going through treatment and everything. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
Other than that, we had Code 8, which is a film based on a shorter film that was made for an indie convention, is actually getting a full movie now made that's going to be released December 13th.
Okay.
We had a little trailer for it if you would like to see it.
Sure. I haven't seen it.
Okay. Let me just pull this up real quick. I would liken it to, in terms of like how it looks, I would liken it to like District 9.
Okay. So Halo.
Like you can tell that it was made, like as a budgety whatever. But cool to see it get a full release. Let's get that up there. Here we go.
To the sky. Hands away from your body now! Everybody face down now! I need electric. I'm an electric.
I'm wondering why a guy like you got in the van. We need to know who we're working with.
My mom's sick. I need money.
Okay. See what you can do.
How good is that electric?
He's strong. He doesn't know how strong yet.
Light it.
I need time to work him. How do you want to live in this life?
Let's go.
Hide our powers?
Everybody on the ground!
If you see something that you want, take it.
I've been tracking this one electric across multiple crimes.
That's Han.
It is.
Yeah, you got mixed up with some bad people.
Cross that line, there's no coming back. lose her, I got nothing left.
We got another job coming up. You have one shot. What's the plan if the kid misses?
I won't. He won't.
Code 8. Meh.
I just thought it was neat to have something that was a little indie meme turn into a full release. It looks like it's just another take on.
Is it coming to like Netflix or is that like
I'm
an
not sure what the
actual
release. I'm not sure
theatrical-
what the release is. But it's like another take on superpower type
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
In like an X-Men type way,
Yeah.
where it's like the people that don't have superpowers aren't particularly happy with the people that have them, and it's the whole like hiding them versus using them, and then the plot device here is of course the mom's being sick and he needs to
Make money,
and so
Yeah.
he's going to use his power. And
I you know what? Like sure, it's not like it looked bad.
No.
It just didn't look.
It looked like a movie.
It looked like underwhelming because
Yeah.
we've seen so many superhero movies.
yeah,
And just be real, I've seen way better looking superhero
Yes.
movies.
Yeah.
And the whole like, and you could tell like the it's not like the special effects were like terrible, but you could tell that it's a dude acting like he's doing like it didn't. It's hard to explain how what I'm trying to say, but it didn't look
without
very.
the extreme use of special effects, it's sometimes hard to show somebody using powers without it looking really
like
cheesy.
exactly, it looks like like the part where he's with the light bulb, and they had the special effect of his eyes. It's like I don't
It's
know.
really minimalist special effects.
Yeah,
so that they
yeah.
can spend more money on other special effects.
Yeah,
kinda
it just
thing.
looked kind of meh. Is it a movie? Honestly, it's probably a movie I'll never watch.
No, probably
I'm just
not.
gonna keep it honest with you.
No.
If it ever came into theaters, which I highly doubt it will, and if it does, it'd probably be like a really small. It'd be like a really small
very
release.
small release. Yeah,
I wouldn't go and watch it. If it was on Netflix and then it had like buzzing reviews,
yeah.
I might check it out.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It looked meh.
I'll probably watch it if I can get my hands on it, just so I can see Han.
That's right. Han is in it too. It's probably
I'd
the best
watch
thing
it
it's got going for
just for him.
yeah,
And they probably spent a lot of the budget
on Han.
on Han. So there you go. Other than that, we have one more thing here. The makers of Wallace and Gromit. You know what that is?
Yes.
Okay. Leaving BBC for Netflix, which is pretty massive because they've been with the BBC for a hot minute, exclusively so. And they're going to make their first animated musical called Robin Robin, described as like a sort of cross between in terms of like the story, like the Ugly Duckling and Oliver Twist. There's like some stills. I don't know if there's any kind of actual trailer for it yet, but it was relatively big news, obviously, for the tea drinkers, because losing Wallace and Gromit from BBC to Netflix is kind of a major deal, just because it's like culturally Wallace and Gromit is very British. I mean, it is as British as
It's super British.
as it comes. It doesn't get much more British than Wallace and Gromit.
Funny enough, I did see a Wallace and Gromit movie in theater years ago with Kayla. It was like years ago.
Yeah, because they occasionally would do a movie
Yeah.
instead of like the short runs of stuff. And they're apparently, according to Chris the Hurricane, also making a sequel to Chicken Run, which was another movie that they put out as a studio. So yeah,
All right.
just kind of an interesting pickup for Netflix,
There
and
you
just
go.
kind of one of those weird. You never would have thought that Wallace and Gromit would ever leave BBC, but here we are moments. There you go.
Oh, there it is.
Other than that, the thing I thought of off the top of my head that I saw earlier today was that in the 24 hours that it was rumored of The Simpsons being ended, now that it's on with Disney Plus and everything, and that they were going to be wrapping the show up, it was then promptly, no, we are not ending The Simpsons. The Simpsons will continue.
Boom.
That is a show that, even though I don't really watch it, would feel really fucking weird
If they didn't make any more Simpson
if The
episodes,
Simpsons suddenly didn't exist,
it would.
because it's just like a part of it's like an institution. It's been there forever, and it feels like it's just, even if
should
you
be
don't
there
watch
forever.
it should just be there. And if it's not there, it feels weird.
Yeah. Oh,
kind of
Simpson
thing.
still does big numbers, so they
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
going. They ain't going anywhere. I went and saw Terminator,
Right.
Dark Fate.
How was Dark Fate?
It was good.
Was it a Terminator movie?
I enjoyed it.
Great.
As crazy as that sounds. You know what?
How was Sarah Connor?
I was going to, it was a buddy of mine's birthday, and dinner wasn't until like 6 o'clock. And so I was like, okay, I'll go see a movie beforehand. So I went out to like 3:30 showing. Wasn't an IMAX or anything. It was just like a regular ass showing. And snuck it in there. And it was a Terminator movie. Like an actual Terminator movie.
Did it feel like a proper follow-up to 2?
It did, but without any spoilers, they did something pretty crazy at the beginning of the movie, and I wasn't really fully on board with it. I was like, I know. And then by the end of it and how everything kind of tied together, I was like, okay, I see it. I see why they did what they did. But at the end of the day, the movie didn't innovate any. It was like rewatching the old Terminators again, but in 2019. And
do we want the Terminator to innovate though?
Well, obviously because it did horrible in the box office. So I mean, the thing is
but
like,
does that say more about the fact that people just don't want?
But it was
Terminator?
the same. It was the same tropes. Like it was the same like the same one-liners, the same old characters, the same type of action, the same type of everything. Like there was a new type of Terminator in this that was really cool.
It was like a cyborg, right? Or not cyborg. It was like the what's it called? Like it was like a mixture of human and machine.
Yes, yeah. It was. I think they called like an augment or an augmenter. I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like I think Terminator. Let me see here. Terminator, Dark Fate. Dark Fate. So on Rotten Tomatoes, the thing's got a 70%. Which is pretty good for a Terminator movie. And the audience score is an 83. And I'm right there with it. If I had to rate it as a Terminator movie out of 10, it's like an 8.5, a 9.
Okay.
The action's great. Like, there is some amazing set pieces in this where it's just jam-packed. It's fluent. Like, sometimes you can tell it's CG'd and stuff. But it's actually really well done. But it just was another Terminator. I wasn't a huge fan what they did with the Arnold character, but it was kind of like, he is getting older and stuff too. But at the end of the day, dude, I think Terminator franchise is dead. I don't think we're ever going to get another Terminator, or at least for a very, very long time. Or Terminator's going to go to like Netflix, and you're going to get like a little mini series or some shit like a Sarah Connor Chronicles or some fucking, I don't know what they'll do. But as of right now, for big budget Terminator movies, dead. Thing lost like a fucking shit tons of money. Huge money. Like $100 million plus loss.
Yikes.
On this movie.
Yikes.
Massive. Huge failure.
Is this just a like, and that's what I was saying, like, is that more of a
dude, people
a
just
comment
don't,
on the movie, or they just don't
people
care
just
about
don't care
Terminator?
about Terminator, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody's asking for it.
Terminator was released exactly when Terminator needed to be released.
And you know what? If they didn't make so many shitty Terminator movies in between too,
it'd probably have done better.
It probably would have been a lot better.
Yeah.
But instead they made shitty Terminator movies. People were just burnt.
Yeah.
And it's sad because this is actually a good Terminator movie.
And shitty Terminator shows.
Yes, just shitty Terminator, period.
Yeah.
And finally they have a good Terminator, but nobody's going out to see it. And good, I mean, is subjective. There's still people that don't like this Terminator movie. But from what we got before, it's infinitely better. I don't regret seeing it. I'm happy it's done. I don't
Did it feel like if there was no more Terminator movies made after this,
yes,
that's
it's
fine?
done.
Like the movie
It's over.
did it well enough that you'd feel okay
oh,
with
yeah,
it?
it's ogre.
Yeah.
It's ogre. Like it is Dunsky. So, but anyway, I saw that. That's the only movie I saw in theater.
I went to go see.
Oh, what did you see? Did you see Frozen 2?
No.
Oh, okay.
Went to Knives Out.
Oh, bro, I hear the movie's fucking fire,
Knives
bro.
Out, fire movie.
Yeah, you know who directed that movie?
I know. Ryan fucking Johnson. You know what
bro.
that tells me?
He wrote and directed that
You know
movie.
what that tells me? Ryan Johnson as a director is fine. He's just really bad at Star Wars.
There you go. And you know what? Ryan Johnson's actually made some other fire movies that you should probably check out.
Oh, I know. I'm aware of it. Doesn't change the fact that he made some dog shit Star Wars
I know.
movies.
I almost went to Knives Out last night when the power was out. And
Yeah.
then I was like, nah, I won't do it. So I'm going to go check it out. It's basically like Clue, right? It's like a mystery.
Yeah, in fact, it's not though. But it looks so much like it that they at one point, it's not a spoiler to say this, but they drop Clue as a line in the movie because it seems it's so obvious, right? But yeah, it is like that. It's The movies.
This guy ran out and saw a Ryan Johnson film on
did.
like almost opening night.
I did. It was opening night.
Damn.
Well, it was if
Your
they had
girl,
a midnight release.
your girl basically brought you in there because you didn't want to go like.
No,
you
I
know.
picked it.
Okay.
I didn't go to it. I didn't.
Did you
I
even
didn't
know?
wanna-
Did you know Ryan Johnson?
Yes,
Oh,
I was
okay.
aware Ryan Johnson directed it.
And wrote it.
Yes, and wrote. I'm fully aware, for example, that Ryan Johnson made movies before Star Wars that were good. That doesn't
Yeah.
negate the fact that he made shit Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like everyone has a wheelhouse. Star Wars, not Ryan Johnson's.
Yeah.
That's the opposite of a wheelhouse. Whatever
Yeah,
the fuck
I hear
it is.
great things about this
It is.
movie. I'm
But
looking
this
forward
movie,
to seeing it.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's funny, but not like
It's not campy.
overtly funny.
Yeah.
It's smart. It's a movie. I wanted to see it because I wanted to see I know the meme is that I always mention how I know how everything's always going to end. It tricked me, which was good, which made the movie fun for me because normally I'm like 20 minutes into a movie, I'm like,
I got
fuck,
it.
I got it.
Yeah.
And this time it was like,
Nope.
I don't got it.
Boom.
And so that was good. I got like 80% of it, but they gave me like that last
There you go.
little fucking spin. I was like,
Little M. Night Shyamalan-y ding-a-dongy on
got
you.
me. So yeah, no, very well done. Obviously a pretty studded cast.
Oh yeah, big cast.
To say the least.
I hear what's his face is incredible. Fucking
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
Oh, he fucking crushed it, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Daniel Craig's got some acting chops. I think people will go, well, he's just Bond.
Yeah.
And then they forget that he can actually act.
Yeah,
And
that's why he
did.
wants to get the fuck away from Bond
Yeah.
after this, and he wants to go make movies.
Make some movies.
Yeah.
And this is a good example of that. Daniel Craig. I think you're going to see a lot more Daniel Craig after this movie has shown up. I think you're going to probably see a lot more of him. So he did very well. And what stood out to me was that, and what obviously has to be credited to Ryan Johnson for, is that there are so many actors in this movie that are high profile, that are used to being front and center, and you don't feel like you're watching a movie with a bunch of leading men and women. Everyone kind of blends together. Which sometimes you get a movie with lots of leading actors and actresses, and they feel like they're competing with each other on set. Everyone seemed to work together, so sometimes you forget that you're watching so many big names on
That's
the
good.
screen, which is good.
That's a good thing.
So it was well done, and definitely goes 100%. Go see it.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's probably going to be. One of people in general will probably say this is one of the best movies of the year.
Without
without a
that's what
question.
everybody's saying.
Without a
They're saying.
question.
A lot of people are saying it's top 3.
Yeah, for sure. I would say so. That wouldn't surprise me if that was
Dope.
if that was the case. So that was it was really fun. It was well done. So go and see that.
There you go.
Yeah. So there you go. Other than that, that's all I got.
Sweet. Tech support.
Ladies and gentlemen, patreon.com/lagtv. More people have been popping on over there, and we appreciate it.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.
Keep the dream alive. $10 a month in support. You know what that means? It means you can ask us questions on a post I put on Patreon every single week, and then we answer the vast majority of said questions. Like this one. Will asks, what's the biggest movie you've ever had spoiled?
The biggest movie I've ever had spoiled.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I'm trying to think. Endgame wasn't spoiled, but I think somebody spoiled.
I had Endgame spoiled.
Yeah, I think somebody spoiled Infinity War for me.
It was one of the two. Maybe it wasn't.
I think somebody
Infinity War.
I think somebody
Maybe it
said
was
something.
Infinity War,
Somebody
yeah.
said something in chat. The other one was Star Wars when Han Solo died. That got spoiled for me too.
Yes, yeah.
And I was fucking pissed.
Yeah. That's just, and now there are currently Star Wars spoilers going around because the whole thing got leaked to fucking eBay.
What did you hear? Did you hear about that with
And
what's his face?
Yeah, it was like, oops, that was my bad.
Yeah, that was
Was it John Boyega or
yeah,
whatever?
John Boyega.
Yeah.
He was moving
Yeah.
and left his script under his bed. Somebody took it, put it on eBay. Disney ended up buying it back off eBay for a whopping $85. Somebody fucked up. Could have got a whole lot more than that for it. Wow. Yeah, and the whole script got leaked. But yeah,
Yikes.
don't go on the internet, guys,
Nope.
for the next, I don't know, 20-something days.
So that was probably it. Let's see. 8910 asks, what are your most used emojis, Jeff?
I don't use emojis.
I only use emojis by and large.
Mine would be like
obviously on
smiley
Twitch.
face.
Like on Twitch, you use emotes and stuff like occasionally. But like on my phone, emojis for me, I only really use when I'm talking to my girlfriend.
I don't even.
And so that's it. And and the way that it's always been for me is I end up taking note of like which they're using when they're talking to me, and then I stay within that wheelhouse. Is normally how it goes.
Yeah, I've never been an emoji guy.
Neither have I really. And a lot of times I'll still forget about it, and I'll put in like
I don't even know how to
emoji like.
I don't even know how to do emojis.
Well, they have an
phone.
emoji button now.
Oh, okay. I've never been in that
because
section.
before you had to like remember like the fucking ASCII code where it was like : D for big smiley face type shit.
I use emotes on Twitch.
Yes, yeah.
As far as it goes,
for sure. My current most used on Twitch right now would be Nova W and Nova Yikes.
Nova Yikes.
So the
it's
two.
My favorite.
Nova Yikes is
my favorite.
It's a good emote. Let's see. Oh, Noah asks, do you think that YouTube content of games that are rated M or even T could avoid COPPA's wrath due to being games not intended for children? That's because it's so gray, it's impossible to tell, because I think it's going to be more of the context of how the content is delivered.
Yeah, like how the creator's like, hey guys,
hey,
welcome
guys,
to another episode of Roblox.
Yeah, so that's probably going to make a bit more of a change, more of a difference than just the content itself. This is another. We get personal hygiene questions every week now. Aaron Carter. This is Aaron Carter coming back hot from Nova Scotia. Aaron Carter.
What's up?
Where do you cut your nails? In particular, toenails as opposed to fingernails, as the former is harder to control. I try to cut it in the shower so that they are contained and don't fly everywhere, but I know people who just cut it anywhere in the house and find pieces of nails throughout the house. How do you cut your nails to make sure that you keep it contained so that it ends up in a bin as opposed to all over the house? Please help! Aaron Carter is distraught, Jeff. We need to help Aaron Carter. What can we do to help Aaron Carter? How do you tackle this problem?
Don't take any advice from me, Aaron Carter. All right, there's two things that happen for me with my fingernails and my toenails.
Okay.
Fingernails, I'm a nail biter.
Yeah.
So basically, whenever my nails, like, they're really, like, not long, because I bite them a lot.
Yes.
And I take them, and I'm going to keep it real. Sometimes I spit them out. And if I'm at my desk or something, I have a little garbage can, so I just put them in there. When it comes to my toenails, I don't actually cut my toenails. My wife does.
Hold on.
And here's why. All right.
Okay. All right.
So I pick my small baby toe.
Okay.
All right. So those ones I pick, but my other ones, I know. I'm just being truthful with you guys. Hey,
Aaron Carter appreciates.
I'm just being true. Maybe Aaron Carter's problem doesn't seem like a problem anymore.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I pick my two small toenails. Now, I let my other toenails grow, and my middle, so not my big toe, but my next toe, my nail curls. So my nail, it's not like a regular nail that just goes straight.
You're at risk for ingrown toenails.
Yes.
On that.
So
on that one.
it curls over.
Yeah.
And Kayla calls it the crack nail.
The crack.
So when we're in bed, right? Say, for example, if my nails get too long and it scrapes her leg or something, she gets mad. She's like, "Cut your fucking crack nails." I'm like, "Now," and I'll go, "Hey," and I'll start, and I'll go, "Hey," and I'll like crack her with it. I call it crack nail.
Fuck,
dude, I'm not even joking.
That's amazing.
And then she'll get pissed, right? It's like a joking pissed.
Yes.
And then she'll grab the clippers and she'll clip my nails.
Okay.
So that's when they get cut.
You gotta cut your crack nails, Jeff.
That's literally what she said.
I cut my own nails. I haven't convinced Em to cut my nails for me yet. Although I shouldn't say that. No, it's true. Well, she got really bored here like a week and a bit ago when I was finishing up some work or whatever, and she was doing her own nails. Like she was doing like her cuticles and all that shit. And then I was just sitting there and she was like, "All right, show me a foot." And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, I'm gonna do your cuticles and shit. I was like, okay. So I'm like putting my foot over and she's like going to work on my feet or whatever, and I look down and my toes have never looked better. And Then I cut my own toenails.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And the secret to that is you take a garbage can, you turn it sideways, and it has to be a pretty big mouthed garbage can. You put it sideways, and then you put your foot half into it, and then you cut your nails from within the garbage can, and that way if they're flying off everywhere, garbage can just catches it all.
Bruh.
That's as complicated as it gets.
Bruh. I wish
Same with my fingernails.
if my wife was upstairs with my son right now, I'd tell her to come downstairs. Funny story.
Okay.
So
All right.
my crack nail got particularly cracky, and she had to cut it. And I'm telling you, my nail in particular, it's like this specific one. It gets thick.
Okay.
So it's not like a thin nail. It's like it's got some heft to it. So
Okay.
when you cut it, you gotta put some pressure on
Some
there.
force.
You gotta use some force. So anyway, one time Kayla was fucking pissed because my nails and I'm pissing her off. I'm going, hey, right? And I'm going, hey, crack, and that's literally what I do. I make those noises. I go, hey, and she goes, fuck off, Jeff. And I'm, hey. She's like, fuck it, I'm gonna cut your goddamn nails, right? So she grabs it, and she gets the nail clippers, right? And I'm sitting there. Go ahead and clip them, right? And she clipped my nails. So she there's one, right? She got that one. She put some heft into it. She goes, hey, and it clips and it goes right into her eye.
No!
She got crack nailed in the eye, bro. She got crack nailed in the eye. Fucked her up.
She can still see though.
She could still see, but now whenever she cuts the crack nail, she winces to the side and she's fucking. It's a nerve-wracking thing because when it comes and it hits you,
She's gonna start
gotta
wearing
let go.
safety goggles.
some crack nail in the eye. I'm telling you, if she was, she'd come down here and tell you.
That is the worst way to get blinded.
Yeah.
By a crack nail.
Yeah. True story. Well, it's not. Well, it is a true story, but I don't know why I'm saying true story. I actually cut my own toenails last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you survived in the process.
I think, and this is. I don't know if this is something. I don't know if this is a testament to our marriage, or I don't know.
Her patience.
One of the two. But I think I've cut my own toenails maybe 10 times in 10 years. I'm not even joking.
It's true love, Jeff.
Yeah.
When your wife
She cuts them.
cuts your crack nails,
That's what we call them.
true love.
Yeah, dude.
That's what it is.
Hey, man. Yo, that's a wife, man. That's a wife, man. When a woman is willing to cut your crack nails, you got to keep her. You got to hold on to that shit,
you
man.
have no choice.
You got to hold on to that shit, man.
It's true.
There's not too many women that are willing to cut your crack nails.
Here's a question for you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Vlad asks, when cooking,
Yeah.
what's your go-to recipe that you do most often?
My go-to cooking. Fuck me. There is no go-to cooking.
How many times have you cooked in the last 10 years?
Less than 10 times. 10 times. Listen, if I'm getting fancy, I make Russian chicken.
You just discovered Russian chicken like
No.
4 years ago, too.
No. I discovered Russian chicken when I lived with Wayne.
Oh, really?
And Wayne used to make it.
The
First meal that I ever made for Kayla when we were
Was
youngins
Russian chicken?
was Russian chicken.
Oh my! Which is literally just chicken.
I
by the way, it's
literally take chicken breast
with Russian dressing.
Yes, so what I do is I take chicken breasts and I put in like 2 bottles of Russian dressing. In like a
You marinate it.
Yeah, you basically sit in there and then you bake it in the oven.
Yeah.
And sometimes I put little slits in there and it gets inside and it's delicious. And then I take the excess, the extra excess, thank you, of the sauce, and I pour it on the chicken.
Of course,
because it's nice and hot and delicious. So
Russian-y.
I do that, and I can make rice. So I put it in the slow cooker. Or I put it in the microwave for 5-minute rice.
Sikabliat, Jeff.
Yeah, and
do you say that when you put it in the oven?
No.
Sikabliat.
No. And if I'm getting really crazy, I can also steam some broccoli, and boom, boom.
Wow. Steamed
right
broccoli?
That right there.
Shit.
That right there
Fire.
is my motherfucking. That's my
your
go-to.
wheelhouse.
If I had to like get fancy, that's it.
Mm.
If I had to pick anything else, I can make breakfast.
You make that egg sandwich.
I can make eggs and bacon.
Mm.
Hash browns. I can't fuck that up. I mean, it's hard to fuck up breakfast. That type of breakfast. But everything else, I'm garbage.
Can you work on my pronunciation? Yeah, I know. I was probably not even close.
Whatever. Fuck.
I'm not here for my Russian accent, Jeff.
No,
You're here for your Russian chicken, though.
I am. Boom.
My go-to, it depends again on what how fancy are we getting? Because when I was cooking for myself, everything was simple. Because I wanted it fast and healthy.
Yeah.
So I baked everything and steamed everything.
Boom.
That was it. There was so if it was chicken, salt, pepper, garlic powder, paprika, maybe some chili powder.
Done.
In the oven. Everything else, vegetables, broccoli, carrots, whatever, steam. Done. That was it.
Boom.
Chicken or a fish, same thing.
I love me some fish.
Same spices in the oven. Baked, done. Steamed vegetables, done. In the winter times, I will make chili. I make a fucking fine chili. I make a really good beef stew as well.
Okay.
My beef stew's secret 2 ingredients: cinnamon and orange juice.
Both very delicious things.
You add that, take your beef stew to the next level.
Boom.
And then other than that, that's really it. I mean, if I'm looking to take it up and just have something a little different, and like I'm doing salmon or some shit, I'll do my salmon as I always do it, or I'll do salmon in the pan, so I got crispy, and then just medium rare on the inside, which is always nice with a little lemon, and then you've got. I'll
Making
make
me
like
hungry. I'm starving.
a rice thing where I'll do it's a mixture where it's like a curried rice with curry, and bell pepper and onion and garlic and stuff, and then I do that in a pan, and then that's
perfect.
That's it. But yeah.
In case you guys don't know, I am not a very self-sufficient individual. I'm, and you know what? Here's the thing. I'm not even afraid to admit it. You know, I'm set in my ways. I'm 32. I'm a dad now.
Yeah.
About to be 33.
Yeah.
I give zero fucks what anybody thinks.
Mm-hmm.
I am one of the most laziest, uninspiring individual when it comes to household things.
Yes.
My wife, quite literally, I'm basically her first child. She washes my clothes. She cooks my food. She cuts my toenails. That's kind of where I'm at. Honest to God, when my wife says, "What would you do without me?" My answer is, hire people. Because I, quite literally, when it comes to that sort of shit, I'm useless.
It's true.
And it's not because I can't do it. It's just I don't want to. I don't know what it is. But when it comes to everything else, I'm great. It's like I do my part, but man, the house, I clean my own office. And everything else, take out the garbage, everything, cut the yard, do the driveway in the snow and shit, but everything else, bro, I'm fucking useless.
The only thing that I haven't, because I haven't personally ever had to do it more than like 3 times, is ironing. Everything else in a household, whether it's fixing something, building most things that you would do within a household,
yeah,
or other domestic shit, whether it's cooking or cleaning, I'm there for it. I'm good. I can do all of it. Mom drilled it into my skull for 30 years. She's a little disappointed with me that I just recently forgot which order the knives and the spoons go when you're setting a table.
Oh, see, bro, I'm black.
I fucked that up.
I'm black, bro.
Dude, most white people don't even know that
bro,
shit.
Black
just
people,
that's just
straight up,
shit.
black people don't even have all the different types of utensils in the house that you need to set that shit up, bro. I got a spoon, a fork.
A knife. You got butter knife.
I got knives, yeah. And I never put a spoon and a fork. It's just one or the other. What am I eating with? Am I eating with a spoon or a fork today?
Yes.
9 times out of 10, it's a spoon.
That's it's only when you have company over, you're setting a dining room table.
No. When I have company, I go, "What do you want? Spoon or fork?" That's me, bro. Bro, that's me. That's just it. I'm that guy.
Mom would kill me if I did that. So I have to. It's a life or death situation for me.
I'm that fucking guy, bro. You know, I work. That's all I do. That's all I know. Other than that, I'm fucking Bro, if I didn't have a dude, if I
It'd be
didn't have this type of wife,
Yeah,
well, I wouldn't
specifically.
marry anybody else.
Yeah,
You know, because
specifically.
like
It's a necessity.
Yes, I'd be fucked, bro. I'd have maids here. I'd have a chef, or I'd have that like meal thing where they just send you meals.
Yeah.
Or I'd just be eating out like
Every day.
all day. That's it. That would be it.
You'd be blowing like 20% of your income just on
Yes,
eating out
and the
all
thing
the time.
is I would do that.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking useless. Fucking useless, bro. That is it.
Shady asks, what's the one thing you hate other gamers do in-game, like quitting at the start, shit-talking, etc.?
What they do in game?
Yeah, like what's the one
Like
thing that
in
just drives you
competitive
nuts? Like any multiplayer games or whatever, yeah.
I don't think there's anything that drives me nuts.
Really, you don't mind it when people just like quit right at the beginning of the game on your team?
Yeah, okay. I would go with that.
That's
yeah,
pretty annoying.
If it's a team-based game.
That's pretty annoying.
So like if I'm playing League of Legends, someone leaves, it's
Yeah.
fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit would make me rage.
Yeah.
So I'll go with that. Anything else like shit talking doesn't bug me.
No. Shit talking drives me nuts if the person has absolutely no grounds to shit talk.
But
That
for
shit
me, bro,
drives
I
me
just whatever. I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
I
so
played
that-
StarCraft
that-
too long.
That
bro.
just drives me nuts. It's just like it's just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
If you're gonna shit talk, there's only one rule for me with shit talking. Shit talk me, beat my ass bad multiple times, and then your shit talking is backed up. Shit talk me, beat me one round out of like 5, and continue to shit talk.
Yeah. See, I don't shit
ain't it.
shit talk that much. I used to. I think if I wasn't a streamer, my shit talking would be on another level though. Because there's a lot of things that I could say that would get me banned
Oh, of course.
on Twitch.
Oh, absolutely.
That I just, if I was still that fucking 18-year-old on Xbox Live.
That's why, like, I never had a problem with people shit talking if they backed it up, because then it's like, well, you've earned it now.
Yeah.
You can tell me that you fucked me up
Yeah.
because you fucked me up.
I love shit talking. Like, I think shit talking should be part of gaming and
Sure.
part of esports.
Sure,
and
just
part of
back it-
competitive.
just back it
the
up.
fuck up. Yeah,
Just
yeah.
back it up.
Get fucked, bitch.
Don't be some idiot that shit talks all the time and just gets their fucking and just gets shit on all the time, because then you're just annoying.
Yeah. No, I like a good fucking shit talk.
It's like Conor McGregor right now. He's gonna have to fight fucking Cowboy
Cerrone.
Cerrone in
Cerrone,
in January, and he's gonna talk a lot of smack and probably get his shit pumped.
We'll see. Cowboy Cerrone probably going to lose that fight, and he's probably going to get knocked out within the first 3. I'd probably say within the first 2 rounds. If it goes to 4th and 5th round, I think Cowboy Cerrone can wear him down. Because Conor's cardio is dog shit, and he's fighting at 170 pounds, which is
That's bad.
It's a bad time. So we'll see what happens. I'm interested in the fight.
He's
I think
also
it's a good.
not actively been fighting for
No,
hot
you
minute.
know what? Cowboy's older. He's on the tail end of his career. But I wouldn't pass. I think this is a good fight for Conor, because I think there's a lot of other fights where Conor gets mangled. He gets fucking wrecked hard. And I'm looking forward to this. I'm actually looking forward to the
I
fight.
think it's like the 7th or something.
But yeah, don't get me talking about UFC too much, because I'll
just
keep
never
going.
never stop. Well then, let me jump right back in here. Phil asks, will Blizzard release anything good ever again?
Probably.
When?
I mean, does Blizzard always releases good shit? But it's that's all it is now. It's not great shit. It's not
just good.
It's just good. It's
Yeah.
competent. And
The way I've described it in the past, though, is that their games they're sterile.
yeah,
They're good, but they're lifeless.
Yeah.
And even when they're trying to do something like Overwatch,
they're
where everyone
hand
has, like,
jobs. They're hand jobs.
yeah.
I'm still coming, but it's not exciting. It's like it's like if your woman's like, you want a hand job, it's like
it's the
it's like,
the utility fap.
yeah, it's like do I really want one though? Like, do I really want one? Like, I guess, but that's what a Blizzard game is now.
Yeah. It's an
It's
unenthusiastic hand job.
yeah, like that's it. And even
It's
if
still a hand job.
yeah, but even if it was enthusiastic,
Yeah.
it's still a hand job.
It's true.
Like, at least spit on it. You know what I mean? Like, do something with this. But no, it's just hand jobs.
Yeah.
And I'm over it. Like, I'm not 17 anymore. I'm not 16. I'm not in high school. Hand jobs don't get me excited. I don't get hard thinking about a hand job. In fact, I don't usually get hard getting a hand job. Like that's that, but that's the reality, bro. Like, let's just keep it real.
It's true.
Like, you know, if my woman looked at me and Kai goes down and she's like, you know what I want to do? I want to fucking jerk you off. I'm not getting
Congratulations.
I'm not getting hard thinking about that. But if she's like, yo, I want to suck you dry, then it's like, okay, now you're getting me excited. You know? But do you see what I'm saying?
I'm following you.
Are you following me?
I'm following
I'm trying to let you guys know that.
I'm following
Like
you.
that's a Blizzard game. It's like, yeah, okay, it's a hand job. Woo! Yippee! You know, to the 17-year-old out there, that's great and exciting. Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. To a 33-year-old, I'd rather jerk myself off.
Because I do it better.
I do it better. I can do it much faster. I can come in 20 seconds if I
Yes.
want to.
Yes.
You can't make me do that. You don't have the technique. You can't.
You can't. You don't have a penis. You don't know.
You don't know what the fuck you're doing.
No.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
making shit up as you go along.
Yes, I can't suck my own dick.
No, not easily.
I can't. No, not at all. Like, I just can't do it physically. So, at least give me something that I can't do. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at.
So yeah, will they? Probably. Black Jimmy asks, if Lag TV ever did another podcast, non-gaming and TV related, what topic would you cover?
MMA. 100%. Without a doubt,
Probably.
I know,
You're deep on that.
I am balls deep. I never thought I'd be that guy with a sports where, like, because
I mean, you even have a tribal tattoo.
yes, I mean, I'm already, like, I'm in.
You just need to buy like a couple of tap out T-shirts.
I have those. I have one old tab. It would never fit me now. I was just like when I was like 145 pounds. Like
Yeah.
the shit right now would be like, it wouldn't even come over my head. But yeah, no, dude, like I'm that guy. Like everybody has a sports friend. Maybe you are that guy that you know everything about that sport. So for example, like if it's baseball, or no, fuck baseball. If it's basketball, right? And
Yeah.
you know every basketball team, all the players,
Yeah.
like all the trades. You can go back to like back in fucking 1998, blah blah blah. Went to the
You
championship
get every
and blah blah.
stat. Yeah.
I am that with MMA.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love it. Like if Adam was like super in, like Adam's a casual MMA fan. He likes UFC. But if Adam was
I
like
was deep into MMA for about 2 years.
yeah. If
And then I
Adam
checked out.
like was deep, like today, for example, I was on the treadmill for a while today.
Listen to some
All
podcasts.
MMA, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like all day. I get in my MMA. I get it in every day, whether it's when I wake up or go before bed. I'm in it.
I have a hard time getting into it because at the end of the day, the amount of money that it costs to keep up with it, if you're really going to watch all this shit,
yeah.
is heinous.
Well, I mean, you know, there are
It's fucking
there are
heinous.
websites.
Yeah, but they're
Yeah.
the effort
There is effort.
is sometimes steep.
There is effort.
We're down to the last couple here. Let's see if these are good ones. Okay, Chico asks, Christmas is here and so is Star Wars. This is honestly the first time I have not pre-ordered tickets for a Star Wars movie. Same here, Chico. Actually, I didn't.
Me too. I
pre-order.
didn't pre-order. Yeah. That is very true. This is.
I don't care for this new trilogy at all, and I ask this: if you could do it all over again, what would you do? I'm guessing he's well.
What do you mean for the new for this trilogy?
Like if you
I
could
mean,
redo
listen,
this trilogy,
I
you
can't
just-
fucking rewrite Star Wars.
No.
Like I just wouldn't do what the fuck they did.
No,
The only
yeah.
thing that I could say is have one.
I can say
I'd
what
just
I
say,
wouldn't do.
I would say have a team of like a team of writers and one director for all the movies.
Yeah.
That way, it's not a combobulated fucking shitstorm of different scripts and ideas from different directors.
Unify it so it's not all over the
Yeah,
place.
just so that it feels more cohesive.
Yeah.
You know, even this storyline,
Mhm.
I would still fuck with if it wasn't so fucked. Like if it was just, give me the same characters, I don't care, but just presented in a way that feels more cohesive. You know, that feels like it's connected. Like right now, it felt like we got two very different tonal Star Wars movies in 7 and 8. And I just want, like, if it's going to be mediocre, Like, just give me like mediocre the whole way through. Like, and let it
Don't
feel
get my
this,
hopes up.
Yeah, like don't do this to me, or don't do like this. Like, just give me like mediocre Star Wars that all kind of feels the same, and I'm okay. I can live with that. This whole, like, that's why I'm happy that JJ's back for this one, because he did 7 and he can tie it all together.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy for that. But yeah, I didn't pre-order the tickets. As for doing something different, I don't listen. I don't fucking write Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I can't.
I can only, like I said, I can only say what I wouldn't have done, judging by what they have done, and then whether or not it would have done any better, fucking who knows. But I agree. You pick a group of people to do all 3. That's including the director. You keep them locked in. You get who you can for 3 movies.
Yeah.
You pay them their money.
Yeah.
To keep everything cohesive so that it is not all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
That's how a trilogy works. You only have 3 movies. So if any one of those 3 movies is fucked, you don't have enough content at the front or the back to tie everything together in a satisfactory way.
Yeah.
You're gonna get subpar if you do, and that's what we're getting right now. We're getting subpar. The second thing that I would have done differently would have been to leave the social commentary out of Star Wars.
Yeah, but it's Disney. They're gonna do
I know
what
I get
Disney does.
that, but this is what I would do.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave that out because leave that to Star Trek. Star Trek talks social commentary, and the difference between the two is that Star Trek does it well.
Yeah.
Whatever this is, ain't it? So leave it out. Star Wars is a very simple, formulaic property. You have cookie cutter archetypes in a space soap opera that play out in a way that is predictable, but because it's simple, it's entertaining in its simplicity. And you make it fun to watch, and you get the nostalgia factor, which was granted to you by George fucking Lucas from the 70s.
Yep.
And you leave it at that. You don't do it. I had this discussion on stream the other day where I said after watching Rogue One again, it made me realize what I think makes a good Star Wars movie. Because Rogue One is a good movie with or without the fact that it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right? And it's because of how they treated characters, how they treated the plot, how they shot the movie. Everything is completely different from how you would do a standard Star Wars movie, which enabled them to make what would be considered a good film. Not just a good Star Wars movie, but a good film, right? If you did that and then did a trilogy of Star Wars films, it would be good, but it wouldn't feel like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do, you already have the formula. You don't copy it to the point where you have another Death Star, but you literally just have to follow that formula, and you're done. That's what Mark Hamill had been saying forever and ever and ever. You have this super easy silver platter to not only make a lot of money, but do it in a way that you will also make fans happy, new and old. Not just new fans, not just young fans that barely remember.
I think they did that with 7. I honestly do. I think they did exactly what you said with 7.
Well, they started it with 7.
But then it just went fucking
I
tits
still
up.
don't think that they needed to do 7 as a literal fucking, like, almost frame for frame.
I didn't have a problem with that
Episode 4.
because it wasn't necessarily I think they were trying to introduce a new generation to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do it in the same way that people fell in love with the original.
I mean, it was like the same characters, the same plot line.
it
It
was
was
the
like the same
same.
shit.
Yeah.
I just like.
But anyway, instead, I don't want to go through fucking Star Wars again because we talk about Star Wars too much.
But that's
and
how-
it's,
that's
it's
how I
fucking
would do it.
garbage. Like right now, it's just dog shit. So we'll see what happens with
Yeah.
episode 9. I just want it to be here and gone.
Yeah.
So then we can move on.
Neither of us saw the next episode of Mandalorian yet.
No, we'll talk
so
about
we
that
can't
next
talk
week.
about that.
I'm
so
gonna
we'll
watch
talk
it
about
tonight.
that. Yeah, we'll talk about that next week. That's the show, Jeff.
Boom.
That's it. That's a Technical Alpha podcast coming
I am
at you a
hungry.
day late.
Need some food.
So we're gonna head out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for stopping by. If you're watching this on Twitch, hit the follow button. If you're on YouTube, follow us there as well. Make sure to hit the bell if you're on YouTube to have a chance at actually seeing a notification go up when we post this stuff up. Head on over to patreon.com/lagtv if you want to help financially support this show and keep us going as we do. My plan is to still hopefully wrangle up enough submissions for merch to get out before Christmas. But if not, then in the new year would be the next shipment. So plus or minus a month, the next shipment of merchandise will be going out. I have a couple of people, but it's only a handful. So with how crazy the mailrooms are for Christmas and everything, it'd almost be worth it to just wait until January anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll see. If a lot come in, I'll try and get it done before Christmas. If not, it will be January, and then we get your merch coming up as needed.
Bam.
Otherwise, that's the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for stopping by for another Technical Alpha podcast. We will see you next time, and until we do, peace!